So,
Yeah, man, totally. Oh, man,
I just found out the other day that you know that movie Parasite that won like fucking Oscar? That was edited on a 10-year-old copy of Final Cut Pro 7. Yeah, and the little caption with that was it's never been about the tools, it's all been about the storytelling. Yeah. And that blew my fucking mind. It's like, damn, I don't know anyone who cuts on Final Cut 7 anymore.
I know someone who cut a feature film on Final Cut 7, right? Damn. Just bring that mic a bit closer to you.
Yeah.
I know someone who cut a feature film on Final Cut 7 without hotkeys on a trackpad.
Without hotkeys?
On a trackpad.
What a fucking masochist! Like, was it a punishment?
Yeah, but then they put out an APB, if you like, on the internet, going, "I need help." Something that the computer froze.
Yeah,
and it had to do with their file management if they're using a trackpad. All right, so
a trackpad.
A trackpad, yes, a trackpad.
Dude,
I shit you not.
I tried to edit on a laptop recently. I was trying to teach an iMovie workshop, and so I'm trying to edit on this trackpad in iMovie. And I'm like, I can't believe this is how I learnt to edit. Like, it drove me insane. It's like, I don't have enough room to move. I can't fucking handle it, bro. I need a certain size screen or I won't edit. And if I don't have my magic mouse so I can just swipe through things, I will go insane.
Lateral scrolling, man. Lateral scrolling is fucking everything.
I would rather you stuck a knife into my throat and just ripped out my organs one by one. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, no,
I have
a
a big standard when it comes to video editing, and it's you don't fuck with my workflow. Do not fuck with my workflow. True story, actually. This one time, it was just after New Year's.
This one time editing.
Yeah, this one time. Well, I was about to edit.
Yeah.
I got to work, and I look at my keyboard, and it's a wireless Apple keyboard, and it's not supposed to be. I like the wired one because you get the extra numbers on the side, which is what I map all my shortcuts to, my custom shortcuts. And I'm like, where the hell is my keyboard? And I go to my boss, I'm like, where's my keyboard? And he goes, surprise, we got you a new computer. And I'm like, I want my old computer. He's like, no, but this one's better. It's like, no, but I need my keyboard. And I went on a freaking. I had to figure out where the IT place was. I went on this long journey. I spent half a day trying to track down my specific computer just so I could get my specific keyboard. I could have had any other keyboard, admittedly, but I wanted my keyboard. And when I got it back, dude, I was like, never leave me again.
Keyboards are really important for editing, especially having a number pad. A lot of people don't know that. You need a number pad for the hotkey variations. And I like the longer keyboard, but I like the... ones without a cable though, the cordless. I like a wireless keyboard, but I've got a slick one though. I've got it like the Mac Pro. What do you call it? It's a Mac Pro keyboard. That one. It's very pricey, but it drives like a Lamborghini. Yeah, it's fucking amazing.
It's important, man. It's important.
Yeah.
I do remember having back in the day, I would use my wireless one, and then I'd watch if I had a long edit, I would go to my bed, watch it from across the room, and I could just pause from that. And that was pretty cool because I could just carry the keyboard around with me.
Dude, I had this very experience at doing a gig for a big shout out to APDG. We did a event for them, and I had to do content testing in a cinema, and I had a wireless Mac keyboard with me going next track, and scrolling through tracks, and I had the control of a 4-story screen through a Mac keyboard. It was super exciting. I know, I'm so nerding out on that, I know. What's up? What have you lost?
I've lost my phone. I don't know where it is.
Do you want me to call you? Let's do it on here. Let's do it right. Let's see what happens.
I was thinking I can pull something up my phone. It's I have no idea where my phone is.
Let's see if it's possible.
I bet I left it on the bathroom. This is great content. What a great start to
great start to a show. Where's my phone?
Here's the problem. I guess I know if it's a millennial thing or what, but if I don't have it by me, I will have anxiety. I know no one's going to steal it, but
I'm ringing.
I bet it's in the box.
I'll be back. Okay. All right, I'll chat amongst ourselves. There you go. I'm still ringing it. There we go. Still ringing. The Mystery of Matt's Phone by Ross Page. There it is. I got you on the air. All right. There you go, mate. No, make sure you shut that door there. Shut the door. Yeah, no, I've hung up in case we get a feedback. Don't want to get a feedback. All right.
Hello, Dick Insurance Incorporated. Matt speaking.
The Marshall McLuhan, though, man. The Marshall McLuhan, the extended body. Let's make sure you're in the good spot. Move yourself a bit over, man. You've got out. You've ventured away. Go towards the corner. There you go. Yeah. Ooh, there you go. Bring that sucker with you. Whack it under your chin.
I'd like to...
A fist away.
I'd like to thank you for letting me be a part of the worst episode yet on the Pagey train.
Oh, dude, I don't know about that. I've had some train wrecks on the Pagey train, I'll tell you that.
Really?
No, but it's mainly me. I'm the problem. I'm definitely the problem. Like, there's one recently I blacked out on, man. Totally.
Fuck.
I don't, you don't know
As
that
in
I
you
am.
drank too much, or?
Yeah, I don't remember doing the episode, but because I go back and I scrub the episode.
Yeah.
Because I put all the graphics on it for the tail and whatnot. And, yeah, I'm like, I don't remember that hour at all. Yeah, at all. It's gone. But my guest brought Prosecco. And so we started drinking champagne on the show. And I only had 4 drinks.
Yeah.
But I had a vodka, a beer, and a Prosecco.
That's the problem. You mixed them.
Within like 20 minutes.
Okay.
And then I'm just in the black zone. Like fucking
In
whatever.
the sunken place.
Oh, man. Yeah. Big shout out to Jay. He was producing for me that night. Thank fuck. Because I just took off and went to bed, apparently. I did the promo shots and I was fucking gone.
Ladies. Love it.
Yeah, no. So if it's ever a train wreck, it's definitely me, man. It's definitely me.
My problem is... So nowadays with our podcast, upcoming attractions, check us out. Pew, pew. So a big part of our workflow is our TikTok. So after every episode, never used to do this midnight double feature, but with upcoming attractions, after every episode, I re-watch the whole thing to pick out the highlights, which I then spend long time editing. So I hear myself a lot. And I hear, oh no, I say way too much.
I'm a number.
I'm a rude cunt. Like, apparently I just interrupt everybody non-stop. And I go to myself...
You do that a lot.
Guilty.
Yeah,
no.
Guilty.
But I'll say to myself, okay, I'm not going to do that next episode. And the next episode will come around. I edit that. I'm like, fucking hell, I'm doing it again. I'm so rude. Like, I don't mean to be rude, but it's like I think I just get so excited and I'm so passionate.
Yeah, man. Well, the podcasting is an art. You would have felt this when you started getting into it. Like, there's a bit of I think I had a bit of a surprise when I started podcasting, and I realized that it's an art within itself. Right? We're locked in. It's just me and you having this conversation. We're probably going to go deeper into things that we normally wouldn't. There's no one interrupting us in the pub because we probably have this conversation in a pub, right?
Yeah.
Normally, there's no one interrupting us. There's the passing of the ball. So I throw you know, I've got the ball at the moment, right? And I'm going to throw you the ball at some point. And there's visual and
it's improv.
Yeah, but we're riffing, right? But we've got an idea what we're talking about. We're going to do a bit of promo, and we're going to talk about current events, maybe, or just like crazy shit that's happened to us. And we're going to go between these spaces, and we're going to hand that ball around. And I think you just get excited like a kitten does with the ball.
Totally.
Right? You just want the ball. And
Totally.
I totally get that.
It's a performative art, podcasting.
Totally.
Dude, I did a podcast last week, and oh my god, I'll probably have some clips up online for it, but
what's the name of it?
That's I'm trying to... It's Finding Gratitude, I believe it's called.
Okay.
It's by my mate Miguel, runs it. It's amazing.
Oh yeah,
setup.
I know Miguel.
Yeah. So he shoots it on a red as a wide, and then he's got 2, I think, Black Magics crossing over. So it's a 3-camera setup. It's amazing setup, and with his podcast, dude, it's dope. But I can't believe how fucking emotional it got. We just started talking. I started talking about how I was suicidal when I was young.
Shit, man. Yeah.
I was talking about I've had a lot of health issues lately. I was in hospital for like a month.
Yeah,
and,
man. I just must say it's good to have you about, man. Like, you had us all worried, man, and we're all out there in the background, sending you love, man, sending you love and respect because we love you, Maddie. We love you.
Thank you. Yeah, it's funny actually. If people want to join the Matt Vella cinematic universe, if you listen to that episode and then listen to this could work as a part 2 because I have an update. So in that episode of that podcast, I was talking about how the next day,
Vella, the Weaver.
Yeah, I was talking about how I had a scan coming up. Then I had to interview have a conversation with a surgeon who now I spoke to just the other day, and they've booked me in for a very, very, very minor keyhole surgery in September.
Yep.
But the maybe bad news is there might be a second one.
Yeah.
It might not be like a surgery thing. It might just be like a little operation thingy. But I'm good. I'm good, guys. Don't worry about me. I'm good. I'm looking good.
You look fantastic, man.
I like
this. Great.
Thank you. I like to say that God is apologizing to me for fucking me over. He's like, dude, I know. I'm sorry. You went through all that shit. I'll make you lose a couple kilos. I'm like, all right, I'm not so mad. Thank you.
Yeah, that's the silver lining, man. You got to look at the silver lining, right? It's the same like like the C word, COVID, man. We went through this tormenting thing in society, but there's been a silver lining for it. Especially for guys like me and you, we've been quite agile in that space. And during a tragic time, you got to look at the positive. Lost all of our funding, but we gained all that time. And some of us have used that time. You've built a podcast, and these things are built because of the time that you've had.
I'm really sorry for the people who suffered during COVID.
Totally.
But my life has improved as a result.
Same.
My job is better now. I get to work from home a lot more. I get to use that time as well to just, without the commute, I can work on my creative stuff more. And it's just so much easier
my mental health is better. My mental health is better because I'm getting more sleep and I'm not spending 30 hours a week commuting.
Oh my God. That's so good.
Or 15 hours a week commuting,
That's so good, man. I would say, I know my mental health got pretty shit at one point during COVID, just staying locked at home all the time.
Yeah, cabin fever.
Yeah, but now, cabin fever, exactly.
Yeah.
But now
I've experienced that a few times in my life.
Yeah, it got better over time. Yeah.
Yeah, but it is like that though, man. You got to look at the silver lining. And that silver lining is, you've gone through this experience. Now you've gone through this scare, but he's sitting doing podcasts every week at the moment, man.
Fuck yeah.
And your own podcast. What's the name of your podcast again?
Upcoming Attractions.
Check it out, kids. Yeah. Upcoming Attractions.
Talk about the latest movies and trailers and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, man. But it's like I was saying before, it is an art, man, and it takes time and. What I've learned through podcasting is to shorten the amount of time it takes to make it. Because as you know, there's a lot of work goes into it, man. A lot of work goes into it, and you've got to shoot the thing, edit the thing, publish the thing. Like I was saying to you before, it took me up to 6 hours to do a podcast. Get that time down. I can do 3 hours of the Pagey train in less than 4 hours. Yeah. Which is triple the duration and a third of the time. So yeah, man, it does take a lot of work, but I do enjoy it. This is like episode 118.
Yeah,
118 deep into the Pagey train.
And I'm glad it's my third time on. But
this is your third time?
I think so, but every time it's been a completely different setup. See, first time...
the evolution.
Yeah, I was one of your first guests. I think it was episode 2 or something. Thank you for bringing me on so early.
Yeah, man.
I appreciate it. Then started COVID, so we did one via Zoom.
Yeah, love Zoom.
Yeah, we know all about that.
Yeah, and then, everyone loves Zoom.
And then now I'm back here, and now you've got live vision switching.
Yeah.
You've got...
Well, I'm switching myself. Here we go.
Things,
This is me right now, right? There's hey.
And what I like about this is, before we're talking about interrupting and stuff, when I see you switch, I'm like, oh, okay, it's not my turn to talk anymore. I'm finding this helpful right now.
Oh, really? It's a cue. I didn't look at that. I get worried about the screen. Just for the listeners at home and other viewers, I've got a screen at the back here. It's over here that the guest can see, right? And that's anything I pull up on the internet. But because when I edit myself, I can actually see me on the screen, and the guest can see themselves on the screen. I was always self-conscious because you can see yourself, right?
Yeah.
I'm self-conscious that the guest will look at themselves too much.
I know I'm doing that right now, but I think I'm lucky because your face is close enough to the screen that hopefully with this angle people won't tell.
They won't tell, but you notice me trying to draw you in, trying to draw you away.
It's a problem. This one time I was doing a shoot with old mate Adam McPhilman.
Yeah, big shout out. He's a great dude.
Yeah, I did a shoot with him, and because I was directing and starring in it, and he had a monitor, and he put it behind the actor that I was doing the scene with. And at one point I just see him, he walks up and he just starts moving the monitor away. I'm like, oh, what's wrong? He goes, you won't stop looking at yourself. I'm like, damn it, you noticed.
Yeah, because you just
it's so
do
distracting.
Yeah, but you just do it automatically. Especially if you're doing you do stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
You act on screen in direct movies and write movies, man. You look at images all the time, and to see an image of yourself, you're seeing yourself in that context. So it's hard not to see yourself.
Yeah, and also I'm the type of guy who if I'm filming, I'm editing in my head at the same time, you know? And if I'm doing like stand up as well, I'm editing the jokes. Like, it's like, oh, I fucked up there. So what I'll do is like, or even on a podcast, I will restart the joke or I'll restart my sentence because I know later if I'm going to edit this, I'm going to cut that bit out. So I'll edit myself in real time in front of people. And when I do the podcast, my co-host, Jesse and Adrienne, like, they'll know I'm doing it. They'll say, oh, he's doing a TikTok because they'll see me and I'm like, I'll restart the sentence and I'll start performing it more. And that's because I know the last part was shit, but if I do a take 2 live on air, that's the part I'm going to use.
Well, it's amazing how you can do that, because there's different styles of podcasting, right? Because what you're talking about is capturing moments and then editing them together in a narrative space, right? Because that's the style, right? This kind of podcast, it's, I'm editing live, and we're in the moment, and it's very rare that I go back and take a snippet out. In fact, what I do is I go take snippets and I go put them on the internet.
But when you do it too, you do it in completion. Like you don't go in, you don't start taking things out, you don't take out the ums and stuff. I know some people
I leave it raw.
They'll go in it, but the rawness is part of the appeal. Like I think that's one
authentic,
of the things,
man.
Yeah, that's one of the things Joe Rogan, I think.
Yeah,
I know he pioneered
the king
of podcasting. I don't know if he's the pioneer of it, but he was always very big on. In his early days, before Spotify came along, what he would do, because I started listening to him in 2012.
I started listening to him after I started the podcast. I'm under a rock, man.
See, I assumed you were inspired by him because you have a very similar vibe, and
I don't. I am. Here's the weird thing. I am inspired by Joe Rogan, but not because he's a podcaster. I'm inspired because he handles hecklers the best.
Yeah, he's good.
He's really good. There's other hecklers that are out, heckler handlers, if you like.
Yeah.
But the way he handles hecklers is ferocious.
He's good.
He goes straight for the jugular.
I love him as a podcast. I don't really give much of a care about UFC.
I love his scientific stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Love his
that's how I got
stuff.
into him too.
Especially about geology and the cosmology, this sort of thing.
Yeah. Like, I don't mind his comedy. He's not my favorite comedian, but I do.
He's
like
not my favorite comedian.
I do like him though. But I got into him like way back. I started listening to podcasts. Like I actually had a podcast in 2012 or 13. Didn't last very long, but it was a very different landscape then. You had to download episodes to your MP3 player.
It was you that got me into podcasting, dude. It was you that got me into it.
You're welcome, homie.
Because I remember talking to you about it, and because I was listening to your podcast, and you're like, dude, I'm pretty sure you recommended that I should do one. You go, dude, you should do a podcast. And it was months later that I've gone, yeah, I should do a podcast. Well, because you talk to people in pubs, they go, we should record this conversation.
Yeah.
It's been happening all my life.
Well, now the problem is the oversaturation, right?
Sticking out, yeah.
Yeah. I think, though, what I was going to say before with him...
It's growing.
And you deserve it, man. You deserve it. The thing is with a lot of content creation, and podcasts is one of them, is the key is consistency. You just got to keep doing it. The less time you take off, the better. And you just got to not stop. The problem with a lot of creatives is they won't see any traction with whatever field they do, and then they just stop. The problem is like all the people you see going hard out, took them years to get. Joe Rogan's been podcasting for like 20 years or some shit.
No, over a decade, yeah. So he's approaching like 2,000 episodes, man. Which is insane. Most of them are 3 hours.
Yeah, it is insane. And but yeah, like, oh, fuck, man.
What's that? That's like 12,000, almost 12,000 bloody hours of content.
I saw something. Sorry, I'll finish my point about Joe Rogan. The point I brought him up was what he used to do before he was brought on by Spotify. He used to do ads, right? We still sort of does them now, but the way he used to do them, he would be like, fuck the copy. If you tell me what to say, I won't do the ad. Instead, I will just talk at the start of the episode for as long as I want. And that used to piss me off. It used to go for half an hour sometimes, or 20 minutes.
To shit me as well.
He'd be like, me undies, let's talk about underwear, and it's like 20 minutes. Fuck. So I would always skip the first half hour of an episode because he would just be ranting on about this product, and he would be doing sort of improv about it and stuff, and it's like, I appreciate you being authentic, but it's like, I'm not here for the sponsorship, But like, what I was going to say about content creation stuff and what's good about the podcast, and what I think I've noticed is working for you, is so the trick is you need a product. that you can just pump out consistently.
Yeah.
Right? And that's how you
talent
grow.
pool.
It's like if you're watching, I don't know, some show on TV, fucking, I don't know, maybe it's Rick and Morty, could be fucking Neighbours. Well, not Neighbours anymore, they're gone, but whatever, right?
I love Rick and Morty and Neighbours.
So good. I'm waiting for that crossover, that Rick and Morty Neighbours crossover.
Yeah. Where Harold Mitchell fucking takes over the world, man.
Fuck. But whatever it is, you know what day it's going to come out. You know the time. And so you keep showing up. When it stops showing up, you stop watching. And that's the problem with
that happens, man. Yeah. Like when I go on break. Actually, it's weird. The audience changes when you go on break. Because I take a 3-month break from the Pagey Train every year. So I stop.
Yeah. But you come back. That's the important thing.
Yeah. And I tell people, hey, look, I'm taking the summer off. It's Roscoe's time.
Yeah.
I want my Fridays back. Because I work full time and I run the
It's a job. Business. It's a job. It's a full-time job.
It's a full-time job, totally.
It's a full-time job that doesn't pay.
Oh no, I'm starting to get paid for it here and there.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, here and there I get paid. Happy. Yeah. It depends on the episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll talk to you off air about that.
Good for you, man.
I can give you some. I'll give you some good information.
Yeah. Sick.
Yeah. But monetizing it's that's wonderful. But I do it, man, because I get to talk to all of my mates. I get to make new connections. Like, so much has happened out of the Pagey Train for me. Like,
dude, it's so great to network.
Yeah. I've gotten voiceover gigs, acting roles, shooting roles, streaming gigs. Like, I get so many gigs out of it, man. I really do.
Rachel from...
So I make de facto money out of it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no,
is that a word? Can I say de facto money? Is that all right?
Fuck it, you can now.
Yeah, I've just made it up, and it's now true.
I've noticed Rachel, her podcast, Don't Be So Dramatic.
Yes.
Who I did Nobody Likes Camping with.
Big shout out, yeah. Check. You can find her on the Pagey Train landing page on YouTube. So she's one of my recommendeds.
Cool, cool.
So are you actually on?
Thank you.
Midnight double feature.
I'm not with them anymore.
X9 on the double feature.
Well, technically my new podcast is a spin-off of them, so there's some sort of branding connection, but It's all the same shit.
I'll make sure I recommend a new one.
Thank you. Shots fired. Nah. But like with her, like you can clearly see, if you've been following her, how her podcast has affected her career. Like her podcast has she's picked up by like a podcasting management agency.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And they're getting bigger guests on and stuff, and you can just
see
how
it's a great title.
Why
Why So Dramatic, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's a great title and great content.
Yeah. But like when I was interviewing people for at Midnight Double Feature. I want to bring interviews back to upcoming attractions, just finding the time. I didn't edit them back then. This one I do, so now it's like I got less time. But oh man, some of the people I interviewed, I was like, I can't believe I'm talking to these people. Who did I speak to? I had the writer of Dragon Ball Evolution.
Yeah, okay.
That's insane. Because I don't think he does many interviews. I can't believe you fucking want to speak to me. There was these guys that did a Nicolas Cage movie called what the fuck was it called? The one about the teddy bears attacking him. Whatever. It was new. It's new. It came out a few years ago. It's on Stan at the moment.
Okay.
And then like there was some these guys did a Mel Gibson movie called Fat Man and.
Okay.
And I did a hard.
I'm living under a rock again. I've heard of none of these films.
A lot of them, the way you get them is, here's a good one. I did the guy did Home Alone 3 and I got him and he did a Scooby-Doo he directed the Scooby-Doo movies. I interviewed that guy too.
Yeah, no, I think I heard that one.
But the way you get them, right? Well, one, COVID helped because they had nowhere to go.
Yeah.
But it's like, you get people who are attached to big projects, but they're trying to promote something that's not as big. Maybe it's outside the circle. And that's the way I look at it now. Like if I want to try and headhunt a actor or something, I'll go, okay, I'm not going to get Chris Hemsworth right now. Right? He's too famous.
That'd be mad. Like, your numbers would go straight up.
Oh, yeah.
You'd be made.
But
It'd make you.
I know, right?
It'd totally make you.
But now if I want to direct a movie and I need a star, or if I want to do a podcast and I need an interviewer, I'll go, okay, who used to be famous? Or who doesn't have an agent at the moment?
Yeah, I'll go for those ones.
Or which comedian is not currently on tour? Or which, which actor, or actor or filmmaker normally there's big studio movies, but currently they're trying to promote this passion project, which is an indie project, so they don't have the big
They're my
budget
favourite
funding
projects.
ones.
They're my favourite projects to talk about because it's all about passion.
It is.
About passion.
And then they're going to be more passionate. But the thing is like the movie studios aren't going to throw them as much big bucks and do the promotion for them.
Nah, it's
so when you
cut the
headhunt
teeth
them,
is always pain, and that usually hits you in the wallet and you watch. You know?
But then when you reach out to them, so normally they'd probably say no. Maybe because Disney's telling them don't take interviews, or maybe it's because it's not part of their PR plan.
Dude, embargo. I come across embargo all the time.
Oh,
and
bro.
you get to something exciting, they go, can't talk about it. Sorry.
When I did my very first podcast, I was part of a website called capsulecomputers.com. I think they're still around.
That's one of the nerdiest things I've heard this week.
It's pretty fucking nerdy. I got paid to review video games. And movies. And what was really cool is they'll take me on these press events, right? So like, the new Call of Duty's coming out. They'll get us and a bunch of reviewers and stuff. They'll take us to like this bar they've rented out, have all these props and they just start giving me free booze and stuff, like play our game. If you want to give us a good review, that's plus, but you also play our game and stuff. And sometimes they'll do like movie stuff as well. And I forgot the point of this story.
The point of the story was about doing podcasting, and you were doing game reviews.
Oh yeah. The way we try and get guests on the podcast and stuff too, or do interviews and stuff. It'd also be like, you got to get the passion projects and stuff. Sometimes it's really great when you have those events and like they're there for. Sorry.
Wow, we are 20 minutes in. It's average. It's average, bro. It's average.
20 minutes,
average. Best is 8 seconds.
But yeah, like, so those events are amazing because they're there for promotional purposes. That's when you can snag an interview. I can't believe I had some really shittily filmed interviews on YouTube from 2010 or whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah, wow. Now we're going back.
Events.
That was when you were a lot younger and I was a little bit younger.
That's it, man. It was probably a bit after. It was probably 2011, 2012. Because that's when I started, because my boss was like, let's do a podcast. And I was like, what the fuck's a podcast? So then I started looking for other podcasts so I could figure out what it was. And at the time, it was very hard to find them, but I found, Joe Rogan. Tom Green had one back then.
Yeah, Tom Green was boss, man. He was pretty boss. I love Tom Green.
Well, do you know how he used to have a web show? And what he used to do is he basically, because the internet wasn't what it is now.
He had a proto YouTube, man. He had a proto YouTube.
He built a television studio in his house.
Yeah, I know what that's like.
I forget what it's called, but like he had cables running through the kitchen. He had all this shit.
He had a server room and shit. Yeah.
And he's always been crazy. Like nowadays, I think he lives off the grid and stuff. He's insane.
Yeah, he lives out of a van and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
wish I could live out of a van and have $1 million in the bank and go, I'm just doing it for fun.
Dude, the things I think is like, if I just had like infinity dollars and I didn't have to work, you know what fucking cool shit I could be doing?
Yeah, but here's the thing, man. Here's the thing, right? Here we are. We are grassroots dudes that are like in the fringe of everything, like from heavy metal to acting in short films, man. We're out here doing these things, and we're writing movies, and kissing corporate's ass, collecting money out of certain industries here and there. Just we got our fingers fucking everywhere to turn a dollar, just so that we can do what we want to do.
So many fingers and so many pies.
So many fucking pies. Not enough fingers and not enough pies. Like, we are fucking everywhere, dude. Like, I run into you all the time indirectly.
Yeah.
And I run into you directly all the time. Like,
same.
Like from meeting you in a hallway at fucking university, man, to shooting, having shooting a film, or being, directing a film, or whatever it is, man, or promoting each other's work, or fucking anything like that, man.
Yeah.
It's always been there. I run into guys like us all the time, but they are far and few between. Like, just watch the Pagey train, you'll meet them. I don't have enough time to get everyone on. I wish I could do this twice a week, because I could. There's enough people out there to do it. It's just availability and time. Like, you're talking about getting guests before, right?
Yeah.
50% of my guests, what I do is I try and encourage guests to go, when you've got to promote something, man, give me a call. And I find the ones that give me a call always have a better experience, because we're both keen to do it. I've broken a lot of people into podcasting, like a lot. They come back for the second episode and they interview a lot better. Or there's ones that I've interviewed on the Pagey train, and then I've seen them do an interview on the ABC or SBS or Channel 10 or on some YouTube channel. And R2D2. Settle down. I see them interview on TV or on a bigger platform, and you see them do really well, and you go, oh man, it's great that we had an influence in that because we're the grassroots people. But there is that inkling that at some point, Matt, we need to keep working to break through.
For sure.
And I think, man, one of my most proudest moments was when one of my mates made a movie that was over at AMC, playing in New York, and he was getting on a plane to go and watch that movie, right?
Fuck yeah.
That was mad. And I remember giving you advice saying, record your experience.
Oh, wait, you're talking about me? Fuck.
Yeah.
I didn't realise. It's like AMC. Oh, wait, I had a film that played AMC Theatre. Wait, I went on a plane. Hang on, I had a conversation with Ross about this. Oh, shit, it's me.
You, man. Yeah. Bleeding Backs, man. You went to AMC in New York. Yeah. And I remember saying to you, man, fucking record your experience, man. And we had discussions about the edit of that film. Your promo. But
I've learned so much.
Since then.
Yeah.
But that's since then, right?
Dude, yeah.
Think about that. To go straight to the point though, She's Not Your Type. You're releasing that soon. One of the most massive reactions I've ever seen at a film festival, period. Certainly one of the biggest reactions I've seen at Made in the West, period. And it was even enough to get us trolls, man. Like, if you're getting trolls,
let's talk about the trolls.
If you're getting trolls, man, it must be doing well because it means that you've rattled the fucking cage, right?
I rattled a cage last week, actually.
Oh, did you? Oh no, what have you done? What have you done, Matt?
Okay, so get this. So, as you know, the reason I called you today, as I think you implied, I'm here. I'm trying to promote the film. R2D2, seriously, bro.
Sorry.
Of all the droids and all the galaxies, of all the podcasts, No,
but I just, now everyone knows that my message ringtone is R2D2, and that's, I feel a bit bashful about that.
Okay, you're gonna have to change it now.
Yeah, I do.
It's gonna be C-3PO.
I don't even know how to do that.
Oh fuck. So I'm trying to promote this film because as you know, I made it fucking ages ago, right?
Yeah, when was that? Oh shit, that was straight vodka.
20.
Jesus Christ, Lord have mercy.
Dude, I made this thing end of 2018.
Yeah.
Premiered it, Made in the West 2018.
That's right.
And
4 years ago.
Yeah, way too long. And people say, why did you take so long? People just assume it's been out. And I'm like, look, I know it's dumb. It's taken so long. But first, here's my thinking, right? First, I was like, okay, I'm going to do the festival run first because some festivals won't take it in if it's online, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, you can't publish.
Yeah.
Just let the folks out there know you generally can't publish your work if it's doing the festival circuit.
True. Some festivals are more lenient than others, but yeah. But
MadeInTheWest.com.au. Go and check that out. Don't forget, 15 minutes. Any genre is welcome.
Yes. Get the plugs in. Yeah. I start entering festivals, and it's doing way better than I expected. Like, I've told the story to you before. I thought it was going to flop at Made in the West. I thought it would flop at every festival.
Oh, dude.
Because I thought... you might want to type in Vella films there because because it's a common phrase. That'd be hard, but So I thought a lot of film festivals are prestigious. They want to be fancy pants. So they're not gonna. It's gonna be hard to do it. If you want to find a page on the website, I think that top link there.
The top link, that one.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, you got a
the video. The new videos aren't up there, but I've got a whole bunch of information about it.
Yeah.
Anyways, so it just keeps doing well, and then I've sort of learned if I target film festivals that either take a lot of comedy in or are comedy based, it's going to do well. Yeah. And that was my problem with Bleeding Backs. I entered it to fucking everything. And I would be like, why aren't they taking me in? It's a good film. And then I realized, of course they're not going to take it. If I'm up against some drama film where everybody's crying and stuff, those type of judges at those festivals, they're going to hate my film. Or it's just not going to, it's going to seem trashy in comparison.
Yeah.
So I've got to get it in front of the right audience. And if it's in front of the right audience, especially a young audience or a bit of a rebellious audience, this fucking kills. I get all these comments. All these people tell me, like, the biggest laughs we've ever seen at our film festival. They tell me, I get people.
It's an
quoting
onslaught,
it to
dude.
me.
It's an onslaught. I've actually quoted your film a few times. I don't.
Thank you.
I think being fisted like Tyson is one that resonates with me all the time. Like, sorry to give you a little bit away there, but holy shit, man! It's an onslaught of laughter, man.
Fuck yeah! Thank you.
By the time you're laughing at the last joke, you've already been KO'd by the next joke. You know, it's just amazing.
That's what I mean.
The audience reaction. I've got to tell you, man. Everyone's watching Made in the West. I don't watch Made in the West. I watch the audience.
I don't watch my films. I watch the audience.
I watch the audience.
That's how I learn to be a better filmmaker.
And that's where I get a grasp on what people are liking, what they want. Because I've got to curate these films as well for the future. And I go, okay, here's where the zeitgeist is sort of sitting, and these are how artists are performing in this space. And then I can then go, okay, so they're up to this, and they're progressing this way, and it just gives you an open source of understanding opportunity.
Dude, I'm the same. That's how I get better.
Can you dig? You know, it's about open sourcing opportunity.
Like with Bleeding Backs, I watch the audience, watch the film, and I learn a few things. For example, most people don't know it's an action film until the first fight scene, which is like 3 minutes in, right? So I was like, oh, people don't understand the genre. They're surprised by the fight. So now I know you got to establish the genre way early, like first 30 seconds if you can, right?
Yeah.
Make it really obvious. And I learned like a few other things, but that was the big takeaway I got from that.
That's the slow burn sort of deal. When you're a filmmaker, you learn the devastation of a slow burn.
Yeah.
And because it works.
Yeah.
But then you go, but I'm not getting the hook in.
But also at a film festival, like they just know the title of the film and then it plays, right? So you gotta set it up. You gotta set up the audience expectations.
It is
earlier.
a rapid fire scenario.
If Bleeding Back start open on a fight scene, it would do so much better. I know that now. There's some other things too, but like I'm still really proud of the film. It's still really good. But that's one of the lessons I learned.
Dude.
Yeah,
awards.
thank you.
Like
you said, I
must have done fucking something.
Yeah.
Right?
But like you learn, and like so with She's Not Your Type, the approach was like write it like a stand-up set, pretty much, right? It's going to be joke, rapid fire. But still with that film, like I kind of only started understanding that halfway through writing the script. The second half is a lot stronger than the first half, I would say. And there's different reasons because there was different things I was trying. I was experimenting a lot.
Yeah.
But the big thing with that film is I was experimenting with alternate takes, which is something we should totally get into. But with Nobody Likes Camping, completely different approach. First time working with someone else's scripts. I edited it like a fuck ton. But what I was curious about with that process is, this is more situational comedy than punchline-driven comedy.
Yeah.
So I was like, how does this work? And admittedly, big reason why I took it on board, I wanted to shoot that puke scene. I knew it would be fucking crazy. It sounded like a fucking fun. I'm like, okay, I want to film that scene. Like, even if the film's not the best, even if that was the case, I know I'm gonna love that scene, no matter what. So I'm like, that alone got me on board, and I think it got a lot of other people on board too. But I watched. I only played in front of a few audiences, but I watched and it's like, okay, I'm still getting jokes, still getting laughs, but they're not as consistent, and that's because. And I've applied this to my stand-up comedy, is the setups to the punchlines take too long. And that's what works about She's Not Your Type is if you don't laugh at this joke, in 5 seconds there'll be another joke for another opportunity. It's a numbers game. There's so many opportunities to laugh. And something like Nobody Likes Camping, what I learned is because it's a bit more situational, but there are less chances to earn the laugh. And so when you get the laughs, they're still earned, they're still funny.
Yeah.
But you have a much more chance of a success rate by doing what I call the sitcom route, which is where they write like a stand-up set where it's joke. When I started getting stand-up comedy, because I wanted to perfect my comedy stuff, I learned the same thing. There's some people, like, they try and do these long rants, ends in a big joke, and it's like, they go, how come I didn't get many laughs? Well, it's because you didn't tell many jokes.
Yeah, you told a really long story that had a joke at the end of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you'll see the same thing. It's a big problem with a lot of filmmakers getting into comedy and starting. We'll see a lot of these short films, and the whole point is they lead up to one joke at the end. The whole thing's a setup, and there's only one punchline. And I was experimenting when I did with She's Not Your Type.
Dude, people fell out of their chair. Like, I shit you not. People fell out of their chair. I don't mean it as a metaphor. People fell out of their fucking chair. It's that fucking funny.
Thank you.
When's this bad boy coming out? She's Not Your Type. Is it coming out soon?
Very soon. It is coming out August 29. So
okay.
As of recording, it's just a few days away.
Oh, man, I'll release this early if you want. I can release this early.
I'll
do that for you.
It's up to you. I'm going to be pretty full. So I've got a full.
Actually, I'll tell you what. All right, I'll tell you what. Let's do a little piece on the promo because we've done a little piece on that, right?
Okay.
So I'll do a short release of the short clip so that you can share the clip.
That would be
the smart way to go. That's what I've done for artists previously.
Yeah.
Especially musicians, because every time I interview musicians, right, and they will come in and they go, "I've got to promote a show." I go, "Great, come on the show and promote it." I release it on the Wednesday, so make sure you show up a week and a half
early,
before your show.
Yeah.
And they always show up the week of the show. And I figured it out because I do the same thing. Like I'll give you an example. Like when I released my EP for the band, I got married a week later, and then I went and did Made in the West. I want to go on a tour.
Yeah.
Of all this hard work that I've done all year. I want to have these experiences and I want to stack them next to each other. So you want to do the interview so then you can do your release.
It's
But show up a week and a half earlier. I can promote it better.
Yeah. We'll have to talk about after this about a release date or whatever. But that's what I'm doing now. My goal for She's Not Your Type, and this is going back to what I was saying before, about why it took so long, is so after all that shit happened, I was getting ready to release it, and I always said to myself, I'm going to do a press tour. I've never seen a short film do this, but I'm going to treat it like it's a feature film.
Yeah.
So, and I started preparing, then COVID happened, I thought I'd wait till later, but now I get to implement the plan I had 3 years ago, which is the She's Not Your Type press tour. Yeah. So what's the press tour, Matt, you say?
Yeah, what is the press tour, Matt, I say?
This is the fucking press tour. So I had in my head, step one, I'm going to get reviews. Yep. So I spent all last year sending this out to get reviews. All these reviews can be seen at my website, vellamatt.com. And thankfully, they're all positive. Or at least ones are positive.
Well, I've seen some other reviews that were in live and feed.
We've had some comments that are pretty not great. But you know what?
Inflammatory.
But don't worry, I'm taking those comments. I'm going to use them to promote my film.
Hijacking.
Because this type of film...
Let's hijack the hijackers. I like it. Let's hijack the hijackers.
Actually, I messaged you. You know this story, but I'll tell it for the viewers.
For the audience.
True story. So when when She's Not Your Type premiered at Made in the West 2018, it did really well. We won the Audience Choice Award. Great feedback.
Look, I think you had the biggest percentage of the Audience Choice Award winner ever, except for maybe Campesinos. I think you got beaten by Campesinos.
Look, Campesinos is amazing, so I'll no, but to be second to that's an honor, even. You know?
Yeah, no, but you know what I'm saying? Like, fuck, man, like I've got goosebumps thinking about that, like, because I watch all this data.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, man, like, that usually votes are split. That you vote with your friends, but you might have that, like, middle spread of audience that will vote for what they actually like.
Well, they're the people you're trying to win over.
That's right. You got to win. You got to win them over, right? But you won people from other people's camps. Is my point. They go, I'm not going to vote for my friend's film because that one was fucking funny.
Right. Well,
that's a true story, man. That's a true story.
Thank you. That's such an honor. But yeah, so. She's Not Your Type plays at Made in the West 2018, and people loving it, right? I'm getting such positive feedback. I'm literally like so emotional because I went in thinking it would do bad, and it did amazing. Winning the Audience Choice Award, obviously a big deal. But one person didn't like it. We get a bit of a comment.
One person we know of, yeah.
Yeah, one person we know of who leaves a comment on the Made in the West Facebook page saying, "She's Not Your Type is the worst thing I've ever seen," which I think's fucking hilarious. And then last week, so many years later, I messaged you guys, the Made in the West team, like, please tell me. I'm like, please tell me one of you guys have a screenshot of it. I've been looking everywhere for it, and it's like, I need it. I want to put it on a fucking poster. I'm so, like, it is hilarious to me. And shout outs to Jay, man. Jay comes through. Like,
Jay, always comes through with the goods,
like,
bro.
I got
always comes through with the goods.
Post a screenshot of him, like, I fucking love you, Jay. And I've had some other shit though since just the other week.
Oh yeah.
So part of this press tour,
we're going on a troll tour.
Yeah, troll tour. Here we go. Just the other week, this one's not so much of a troll, but I think it's funny. So part of this press tour is I'm doing as many podcasts as I can. I'm trying to appear in as many blogs as I can. And I've got so many reels for TikTok and Instagram. Don't underestimate
the power of the blog. They're powerful.
Yeah, 100%.
They really are.
It's all about SEO, Google stuff.
Totally, man. Yeah, you get picked up.
But whoever has an audience, I just want them to talk about this film as much as I can.
Yeah.
So and I'm only one man. So to make it a bit more achievable, some of these clips I'm editing, I'm getting people on Fiverr to edit for me. And
Good old Fiverr.
Yeah, look, I got this one guy who did some amazing work. I got another guy whose work was so bad I had to get a refund. But my favorite guy, the third guy who I paid, or I tried to pay actually, he comes back to me, he takes it, 5 days later he gets back to me and he goes, I'm sorry, there's too much profanity, it's a bit offensive, I don't want to do it. And I'm like, okay, but you're appearing in my next ad.
Poor guy.
And I'm just I'm too offensive for Fiverr. I was like, look, no hate to that guy. I respect you. You have the right to do whatever you want. But I think it's so funny that the language is so bad and so offensive that he refuses to edit it.
It actually works for you.
I love it.
It works for you. Like I once put you might remember way back when the Queen wore a green dress.
Oh yeah, and people
because you can it's easy to key green.
Yeah, and so people like editing different things on it and stuff.
So I put the Queen in a Mendoza t-shirt.
Love it.
Put it out there on the gram, and it went fucking ballistic, man.
Fuck
right?
yeah.
But there was 30% of the audience were just fucking upset.
You can't talk that way about the Queen.
Yeah, it was like that, man. They're like, you're like a death metal band. We're like, we're not a death metal band. We're a conspiracy metal band. And we're not always metal. Sometimes we're hard rock. Thank you very much.
And also, it is. Everybody knows that the Queen loves her fucking death metal, all right? She's all there like, hey there, say, she loves that fucking shit,
fucking
bro.
Knows, man. Yeah, man. The Queen is hardcore, bro. The Queen is hardcore. But yeah, no, we got a lot of shit over it. And the band was like going, man, we're getting a lot of shit about it. I go, but it's increasing the viewership, so why do I care?
But also, Ross,
it's terrible.
That alone is metal as fuck.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, I had Monica's coming after us, man. It was hilarious.
That's fucking awesome. What could be more metal than that?
A garage band in Western Sydney takes down, the right-wing monarchy movement in England. It's hilarious.
Dude, that is a fucking headline if I've ever heard one. Fucking put that on the heavy metal blogs everywhere.
Oh, dude, it was...
Alternative Press should report about that shit.
Every time I was hearing, dings and whistles on my phone, man, it was like a badge of pride. I'm like, yep, this is going off. You stop reading it after a while, because it was hilarious. Then you go, I'm just exhausted. Exhausted. But we tend to focus on the negative, but I guess because we're in a metal band, we focused on the negative in a positive way.
Oh, yeah. Look, anyone who's not a metalhead probably won't understand it, but any metalhead will tell you the most positive people on the planet are metalheads. And I was saying this to so many people who aren't part of that community recently. When do you remember that story about Travis Scott at Astroworld, where all these people died because they were trying to bring an ambulance in to help someone who was dying, and then people started jumping on the ambulance and washing and stuff. And it's like, that would never happen in a metal show, because what's the number one rule about mosh pit? Someone falls down, what do? You
pick them up.
You pick them up, right?
Yeah, totally.
But here's the thing, that etiquette does not exist to people who don't go to concerts, and people who listen to pop music and rap music. They don't live at rock shows like we do. So
they're very similar audiences, from what I understand.
The safest audience you can be at is kind of a metal show.
Oh, dude, I would say that in all these genres, there's fanatics, right? But I've had the privilege of going to multiple gigs, multiple genres, interviewing bands. Like, I've interviewed 50 bands, man, in my life. That was before I was doing the podcast. I've interviewed heaps of bands, and I learned something that was quite connected between them all. It's all about rebellion, right? If you listen to R&B, it's about rebellion. Metal's about rebellion. Most music is about rebellion.
R&B is about rebellion?
Totally, man.
I thought it was about fucking.
Well, yeah, no, it's about being fringe, and it's about doing the taboo.
Okay, I see that. I see that.
It's antisocial.
I never thought of R&B from that light, but
while being sociable, while being sociable, like metal's the same. Like, metal's very antisocial, but it brings a lot of people together.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's those two elements that run in parallel.
The most beautiful thing...
And that's the thing that I find common across the genres. There's this parallel idea of anti-establishment ideas and people coming together.
Not all genres, though.
Moshing or dancing or whatever it is.
I wouldn't say all genres, though. Like pop is, I'd say, very conformist.
I'd say that it's adolescent. It's very adolescent. It's very adolescent. It's tuning into
but all
brain
genres,
waves that are... usually of a sexual content. But again, though,
but all genres can be adolescent, right? Like,
well, they are, I suppose. Yeah.
Like emo was very aimed at like 14-year-olds of that generation.
Yeah, Goth Mark 2. I remember that. Yeah.
Goth Mark 2. I can't as a former emo kid, I can't hate it because it's true. It is.
It's Goth Mark 2. Like I remember, I have gothic tendencies or emo tendencies, if you will. But I can go anywhere from like wearing I'll be the most metal dude on a golf course, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like everyone rocks up. I still wear like the cabbie hat, but it's black, and a black polo shirt with black shorts and black shoes.
Yeah.
It's with a black golf bag.
Yeah.
Like, it's just fucking black.
Love it, bro.
But and I'm getting better at the stroke, man. Old man, you got to pick up your game, bro.
Hey,
shout out, bro. Definitely, man. Like I noticed there is a cohesion between those things, and what I started trying to do as a promoter is mix all that up. Like doing metal shows, man. I like to put on different shows. Watching some of you guys working, doing those open mics, with Esky and other mobs you've been working with. The contrast in comedians is great as well, because I see there's a similarity between that space where you want to put on someone who's quite graphic and colourful, and then someone political, or someone who's like likes to do long rants. You want to have that like smoothness through the entire show. Just don't look at one act. Look at the acts collectively.
The type of person who becomes a comedian and the type of person that becomes a musician are very, very similar. There's a famous quote by Dave.
Some as filmmakers too.
Yeah.
Filmmakers,
I'd
totally.
say that too. There's a famous quote by Dave Chappelle, and I'm going to paraphrase here, but something like, every comedian wants to be a musician and every musician wants to be a comedian.
Totally. They do.
And so he would do shows where he would purposely have half the set would be comedians, half the set would be musicians. And sometimes they would collab on stage and stuff, which I think is fucking cool.
Oh, dude, like every lead actor wants to be a lead guitarist. Every lead guitarist wants to be a lead singer. Every lead singer wants to be a lead guitarist. Basically, everyone wants to be a lead guitarist.
And no one wants to be a bass player.
No one wants to be a bass player. Well,
bass players.
Oh no, but a lot of bass players I know generally were guitarists that became bass players.
Yeah,
but
that's the
actually,
thing.
well, one of the coolest bass players I've ever worked with actually was a vocalist that became a bass player. Big shout out, Steve-O.
Yeah.
I played, I played music with him for 10 years, doing bands around Sydney, man. So, there's different personalities that are on the band, that are on a lineup for comedy, that are working on a film set. And I find the similarities, right? The headliner at a comedy show is the lead singer. The supporting act is the guitarist, because usually the supporting act is usually a bit more hungry than the fucking lead, right? Because they just going to run their material as they always win. That's their winning material, and that's what they're running that night. The lead, the one coming in that's trying to get the headliner, they're working their material more because they're up and coming. And same on a film set, man. A cinematographer is a guitarist. Like, you can put a cinematographer and a guitarist together, and they'll have the same fucking conversation. I shit you not.
You know what they have in common?
A director is a lead singer.
Yeah. So a guitarist is a cinematographer.
But you dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
These personalities are they're quite interchangeable.
The guitarist is the tech head of the group always. They're always like, oh, what preamps, what amps, what cables, what fucking... you got the fucking this, that. Cinematographer is like what camera, what lenses, what blah, blah, what guitars, what strings, and the singer, the singer's the director.
The story.
Because he's the story. He tries to put them together. Like, when I was in a band, my whole thing was, okay, like, our writing process often, mainly not the best writing process, but guitarists would come in with a riff.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
That's
okay,
a good
cool.
riff, man. That's a good riff.
And then so they'd start learning it, and I'd be like, then I would be like, oi, didn't you have a riff that went like this the other week? Yeah, it's like, well, what if that came after that riff? And then we'd start piecing that shit together. And sure, I'm not the singer, but as a story guy,
I'm looking at the story.
I'm starting to they're building the Lego blocks, and I'm helping them put it together. But
that's an arrangement, right?
Yeah,
that's an arrangement.
But the problem is because I'm not as musically minded, they'll be like, Matt, like, they're totally completely different.
Oh, dude, I'm going to joke about that.
That doesn't work.
I'm going to joke about that. What do you call a dude that hangs around a bunch of musicians?
What?
A vocalist.
And the thing about the vocalist is, like, the drummer will probably hate you because as they spend 30 minutes setting up, you're just there like, I'm just talking to some chick at the merch desk or whatever.
Oh, dude, I call it working the room. It's working the room.
Well, that's
bro.
what I would do.
It's working the room, bro.
I would totally do that. What I'd do before every set, throughout the night, I would go up to random people in the crowd. Hey, what band do you see? I've heard of Wings of Icarus. That was my band. Check us out on Spotify. We're still up there. And I'd be like,
maybe on even MySpace if you look hard enough.
No, definitely. That was the way we lived. We lived on MySpace. I put it back on Spotify just recently, just because for the memories, you know.
And then check out Alpha Degenerate. We're on Spotify.
Alpha Degenerate.
Alpha Degenerate, man. The AD.
Yeah.
Check us out on YouTube. Great clips.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, and what I would do is like, I would say, so you haven't heard of my band? You should totally check it out. And then they'll be like, and so now I'm establishing a friendship. I would always say, my rule was, don't make fans, make friends.
Totally.
And then what would happen is at the
yeah,
show...
I've seen that. I've seen that on one, like your album cover or on a T-shirt or it was on a post that you did. I saw it somewhere that you put it big.
Maybe I put it in a big status or something. I don't know, but I've definitely said it a million times. I've been saying that since 2009. Don't make fans, make friends. Don't make friends, not fans. Whatever.
I used to say, make more members, less fans.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah. And I remember I remember we were doing a show in Queensland, right? And the headliner was like fucking pissed because we had all these people there, and we were both from Sydney, and they had like no one out front. And it's like, I remember the guys sort of said something like, "Why? Oh, they only like you because you do that cover song." Like, no, it's because I spent.
Don't give a shit. Why do I give a shit?
It's because the gig's been going on for like 2 or 3 hours. And what did you do?
You put yourself at the end.
You sat. So you sat at the desk all day, and you would only talk to the hot girls that would come to the desk, right? I spent the last 2 hours talking to everyone in the room.
Work the room.
I even taught some guy the lyrics who didn't even know the song.
Yeah.
And he still did a mic grab because he knew the words.
Yeah, that's the best though, man. I must say, when you're on stage and someone knows your music and they do a mic grab and you're both there together, that's the best.
Have you seen the video I cut, the music video I cut for a song of ours? I put it out like a year ago or something.
I haven't seen that one, no.
Dude, there's a footage from our final show. It's at Blacktown Masonic Centre. And there's a part where we get everyone clapping along.
We're going to find this.
The entire room, 200 people are singing it. Yeah,
it's on YouTube?
Yeah, there's one. You could see the live version or you could see the edited. Maybe see the edited one. Go with Vella Films.
Okay.
If you want. And you'll see the footage like edited nice. The audio will be from the fucking clip. But yeah. If you just go videos and scroll a bit down, I'm so proud. So I took all this video footage. Keep going down. Yeah, there we go. Wings of Icarus. The third one. No, the next one.
That one there.
So all this footage from 2009, 2010, and bro, like we had fans. Which some people came from Coffs Harbour. We had because we were big on my.
Oh, I've seen this.
Not huge. And if you go like I don't know 2 minutes in, there's this shot that I just fucking love to death of everyone clapping along, and yeah, it's probably around here.
Yeah, probably around there. That looks alright. No, we're gonna get timed out. It's gonna fuck me over. It's gonna fuck me. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, look at. Oh fuck, we just missed it. It's actually a few seconds back. But yeah.
Back here we go.
But I just can't believe, and everyone was singing along at that part, and it was the best fucking moment of my life because this song too.
Look at you, Matty. Young Matty.
Yeah.
That's mad.
Yeah, look at those guys moshing us and shit. That was our final show. That was the best show we ever did. Yeah. But like people, here we go. This fucking bit. Look at that shot there. Look at all those people clapping. Holy fuck!
That's the best.
It means so much to me because this song was. It's about us. The lyrics are very cryptic, but it's about the day I chose not to kill myself, and I made a promise to myself that no matter how bad shit got with my depression, I would never die. Right? I would never die from my own hand.
Yeah.
Right. And so that song, it's my mantra. It's my favorite piece of art I've ever made still to this day.
Yeah, okay.
Right? It's like, is it my best, my most polished? I don't know. I still think it's pretty catchy. But like, it is, whenever things get down, I go, look, I can get as depressed as I want. I can fucking harm myself. I can do whatever escape I need as long as I don't die.
Optics, man. Yeah, that's see, again, that's looking at it the good way.
Yeah, and having this song out there, the fact that it's out there in the world, it's a reminder to myself that I have to stick to this promise. The chorus, the lyrics are, no longer do I need excuses to keep my heart beating. You are my perfect excuse to keep on breathing.
Yeah, wow.
And my friends, my family, they're that perfect excuse,
Oh, dude, I can totally resonate with that, man. Like I definitely have written like at least an album and a half, 2 sets and a half, maybe even 3 sets, based on my experiences in the war and just based on politics of the time. So a lot of the narratives that I do are about, songs called Lonesome, and it goes really, deep into ideas of being truly isolated when you're surrounded by people.
That's so heavy.
And if you look at the last album that we did, the whole thing is a narrative. The whole thing is a story. It starts out at Lonesome and it ends up at Fascist Pagey, right?
Is this Alpha Degenerate?
No, this is Mendoza.
Because Alpha Degenerate was before Mendoza.
Yeah. Oh man, let me pull some old footage. I'll pull some old footage up of Alpha Degenerate, man. Like this is like.
I was seeing you guys at what was that venue? Was it Factory Theatre I saw you at?
Yeah, that's what spun me out, man. Like, because you sent me a text, I think it was. What am I doing?
Oh, you're talking about Snake Eyes.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I almost had you in that video that I shot for them. Yeah.
Yeah, no. You went to one of the venues that I've played at before. Where was it? I think it's this one. Okay, this one. This is one of my favourite clips of all time. This was at the Agincourt.
Yeah. That's gone through a few different names. Venom Bar.
Venom Bar. This is the one. Yeah.
I played there once when they called it Trash. Do you remember when they called it? It was Trash at a moment. They had these gigs on.
Yeah. Yeah, there. There's a young pup.
They don't have this stage there anymore at this venue.
Yeah, man. They have a cage up there. I used to swing off the fucking cage, bro.
Is this the underneath part?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
this is in the basement. Yeah.
They used to have a stage above. Upstairs too, and that's where I played at, and they knocked it out. But it's so much better the one downstairs because it's got so much more room for moshes and shit. And
there we go. Look at that. That's fucking hardcore shit. Still got the same hair though.
How old is this? How old is this video? 2017.
27. No, I uploaded it then. I shot it in 2013.
Damn.
Yeah.
Would have been around the time I met you, I think.
Yeah, man. Yeah, totally.
That's when I did Lynch, yeah.
Yeah, but those were the days, man. But that was all conspiracy metal. So that was all metal that I wrote because I was pissed off with the government. And then I realised the reason I was pissed off with the government was because of the fucking war. Yeah. and then I dissected that. And like my old man, right? He'd go, "Why do you do this metal thing? It runs at a loss, Ross. Like, why would you do a business venture that runs at a loss, Because you get paid occasionally as a musician when you're up and coming. Like,
it's not about the money, though.
It's not about the money, bro. And I said to him, like, I could have gone to therapy and paid money for that. Yeah. Or I could occasionally get paid for a gig and express myself on stage and really vent that shit.
Yeah, but it's more than a vent. It's also fun.
Yeah, totally.
You get to be a fucking rock star.
Yeah, but man, like I gotta say, like this last, like there's some lyrics at the end of that last song of that set. That set is planned. Yeah. It is a plan that is done in an order, a very specific order, and that order is everything to me. It starts the story at A, you get to the middle part of the story B, and then you get to the end of the story C. And like the lyrics at the end of that song is that he was a righteous man that was fighting for truth and justice, and he was a righteous man that I've lost the fucking lyrics there in my head.
Gotta sing it.
He was a righteous man that was fighting for truth and justice.
Yeah.
He was a quiet man that was fighting for freedom. Right?
Fuck yeah!
Fuck you! All right.
Freedom!
And that's where it ends, right? And we go back, and then I go and I thank the crowd, and we do a break as the band's breaking it down. I'm like, don't forget to go and buy a shirt.
Yeah, go do that spiel.
And I used to say at the end of the gig is like, buy a shirt, get laid, and rock out.
Hey.
Right? And then we'll break it back down again and do the line again.
Yeah.
And that end of that song, when I got to that point, emotionally I felt that I had unpacked that whole story that leads from a very dark, sinister place that goes into a progressive narrative that is a story of reckoning. And that story then unpacks itself to become a better person. Mm. And that's what I get out of that set. Every time I sung that set, I walked away fucking high as a kite.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just about the performance on stage. It was about the body reaction that I had performing it. Because it was a fucking performance, man. Like, you've seen me on stage, man. Yeah. I go fucking nuts.
Yeah.
I call it my crazy turkey.
Crazy turkey?
The crazy turkey, man. Yeah, I'm like fucking crazy turkey on stage, right? Just fucking bopping around. But, rocking up with a fucking fur coat and fucking just covering, having the crowd throw beer at you. Like, it's mad. It's a mad... And you're right. It's like, that's what it is being a rock star. And you can be a rock star in that moment and entertain that crowd.
Yeah.
And there's nothing better than that.
Dude, I got to feel like a rock star just a few weeks ago. I had this really cool experience. Best gig I ever got called up for, right?
Oh, yeah?
I was doing, I was doing social, media, stories for an emo club called Emo Night. And they had a guest DJ. They had Short Stack. Do you remember that band from back in the day?
Yeah, I remember Short Stack.
I'm like, fuck, okay. And so they're just like, get up there and just film Short Stack and just put it... I did some stuff with Twitch and some Instagram or whatever, right? And they've got a videographer there, like a proper videographer doing stuff as well. And he's done a lot of gigs with these guys. And he's just like... He's doing this technique, which I've actually done myself, but never at this level, where he'll go up on stage and he'll just stop filming. He'll look at someone in the crowd. He'll start singing to them and G'ing them up. And then once they're G'd up, then he starts getting the shots, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, so I'm going to do the same thing too. So I'll start singing along to someone, and then that's when they look G'd up, and then I'll get shots of them, right? Whenever they're not fangirling over Short Stack. And then at one point, I'm just noticing I can also do this without that. So then I just start I'm on stage at the Manning Bar. It's basically sold out, and I don't have a mic, but I'm just singing my favorite songs.
Manning Bar's a mad venue,
so
bro.
good. I've seen so many bands I fucking love on that stage too.
Yeah.
And I guess for a little moment, I just pretended I was the rock star. And you know what? People would look at me. They were doing the whole pointing and singing to me thing, and it's like. And then oh shit, that's right, I'm working. Film the rest. But then it's back to being a rock star. It's cool. Whenever not hogging the spotlight from the stars.
Oh, dude, I've been in a mosh pit with a fucking camera. No doubt about it.
That's scary.
Yeah, man. I used to shoot for Mosh Cam.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man. Shooting for Mosh Cam, that's a fucking experience.
Are they still around?
Yeah, man. Yeah. Big shout out to those guys, man. They're ferocious, though, to work with. They fucking get their product, man, at all costs, man. They're really good. It's ferocious, though. It's
early
ferocious.
YouTube days, I remember watching their stuff. Maybe it was before YouTube, maybe.
Yeah, the guys that set up... Ironically, the guys that set up Moshcam are the guys that built TVS.
No way.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's how I know them.
Fucking go, yeah, Moshcam.
Yeah, man. They're fucking cool. Boss guys, man. They got their own OB van and the whole lot,
Sick.
Man. It's mad. It's absolutely mad.
I'll tell you a story. I
miss switching here. I keep switching to you.
Sorry.
I've got to go for a piss, though, bro. I've got to go for a piss.
Oh, fuck.
I'm like 2 beers in, maybe even 3.
Should we just pause?
Yeah, pause, yeah.
All right.
Can we pause?
All right, and I'll tell the story once you go.
All right.
And we'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
Yeah. But yeah, anyways.
Been there too.
So you were talking about filming in a mosh pit, right?
Yeah.
So arguably some of the coolest shit I've ever done.
I've had beer poured on me while I'm doing camera work. It's hilarious.
I would not find that fun. I would be scared as fuck for my camera.
Pull it on your cords and shit, man. They're fucking rough.
Oh, fuck that.
It's mad. It's mad. Recommend it.
One of the coolest things I ever did was I went on a US American tour with a band signed to a pretty big label in 2014.
Shit,
there's Aussie metal band called Capture the Crown. They're not around anymore.
Yeah.
But the tour was massive, right? Headliner was this band called Attila, one of the biggest metalcore bands in that genre, probably around, at least back then. Another band on that lineup was called Ice9 Kills, who they're massive now. They weren't massive back then, but these venues they were doing, 2,000 people per show.
Yeah, man.
Almost every single day. Best
have done 600, unfortunately.
And dude, it was so cool. And again, this is me pretending I'm a rock star when I'm really just adjacent to the rock stars.
But it rubs off.
Yeah. So I'll do some filming and shit, and I barely could work a camera back then. I was crazy. The reason they put me on though, I think was Lynch actually. My mate was in the band. He's like, oh, I didn't know you could actually use a camera. Come on tour with me. I'm like, okay, fuck
dude,
yeah.
You've shot some of my shit, man. You did a great job.
Thanks, buddy.
You did, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, but you had practice, obviously.
Yeah. I honestly don't think I'm very good behind a camera, to be honest with you. I get massive imposter syndrome. When I talk to a DOP, I'm glad I can speak the lingo with them. But if they ever said, oh, do you want to take this gig? I'll actually turn down gigs sometimes. Cause I'm like,
I only do commercial gigs because I can do the interview.
Yeah.
I can do the interview, but and I can do some promo for you. But to get those aesthetics... To get those high-end aesthetics is a different league, man. It's a different league.
And even to be honest
with you... That's why you got a big shout-out to Luke Walker. Big shout-out to Adam McPhilman. These guys are the guys that do that shit.
Love them, man.
Yeah, totally.
My issue is... I'm semi-technically minded, but I'm not. I don't specialize at technical stuff. I'm a storyteller more so, right? So like, if I'm working on a project that matters to me, that's when I'll hire another DP. I can shoot stuff that's acceptable for social media, but if you're like, oh, this has to be like a really expensive high-end project for, whatever, or it's going to be...
No, I contract that shit out.
Yeah. I outsource that shit.
I contract that straight up.
I'm okay. I won't even say I'm good. I
can produce the shit out of it, man. That's what I do. I'm a creative producer, man. I bring people together.
Yeah. You know me, but anyways, back to the story though. So yeah, it was amazing that I had me on because I was very mediocre cameraman. But two crazy things that happened to me at rock shows filming.
Strap in, kids.
The first one, no, you don't know. I'll go from I'll save the good one to last.
Okay.
So the other one I'll say is I'm filming. I'm like, there's like the barricade, the stage. I'm sort of in the middle.
Yeah, the pit.
Filming them.
You're in the pit.
No, like the, like
no, not the mosh pit, but the camera pit.
Yeah. Like where like the bouncers will be and shit.
Yeah.
And so I'm on.
We refer to that as the pit.
There we go.
Not the mosh pit.
I'm on one side of the stage, and I see the singer sort of run to the other side of the stage. He starts climbing up on these speakers. He's going to the top. I'm like, that's a fucking dope shot. Oh no, sorry, he's like in front of me, so I can't really get a good angle. So I'm like, I need to go to the other side of the thing. So I just start running. I've got my camera and I start running. Now, what do people do in the front row? They always are throwing water. Or the band will like spit water out or I'll throw water. So stupid me not realizing I'm basically running to the slipperiest surface on the fucking planet. I slip, I fall, lens first, shatter. Like it was like there's a little thing on the end that sort of just started snapping, so the glass was mostly okay, but like
it took a hit.
There was shit flying off, and that was the scariest fucking thing ever. But then you know what I did? I then rolled over, and I kind of got the shot. I'm not saying it was a great shot, but I did capture it, and I'm on the floor, and the bouncer's looking at me like, "What the fuck are you doing?" It's like, "Shut, get out of the way! I've got the shot."
Shut the fuck up, move, man. I'm getting the shot. I just broke my fucking ribs to get it. Move.
Yeah, fuck dude. But the crazy story that happened on that for me was there's one show in Connecticut. For some reason they wouldn't let me film. They go, we have a very strict no filming policy. It's like, I'm literally being paid to be here to film, and they're like, doesn't matter. I'm like, okay. So
do they have other operators there, or
they had nothing? It's like, I didn't make any fucking sense. It's like, I've got my VIP pass, I've got everything. They're like, nah, venue's very strict about this. I'm like,
I can tell you what it was, man. They would have had their own union team that was like, well, these are our film guys, and they go, no, but we've got our own film team. They go, it's not in your contract. If you go to our venue, you have to use our film crew. It's a union problem. Telling you straight up.
There you go. Or anyways,
that's what producing kids producing. Right. I'm telling you, that's the problem. I know it.
I never thought about it that way. But yeah. So I'm like, fuck. So I go to the band. It's like, guys, what do I do? Like, what do you want me to do? And like, okay, well, we have some beach balls during this song. Throw them out. And then you know what? At the last song, just before like this one bit, why don't you just run off the stage and stage dive into the crowd and crowd surf? Yeah. That'd be cool. And I've crowd surfed, but I never stage dived. I'm like, all right, that sounds fun.
How bad can it be?
How bad can it be? I'll tell you how bad it can be, Ross. This is how bad it can be. So true story. The part of the song comes up. I start running, and they've got like these risers, right? Which is like about a couple feet off the ground.
Yeah, a rise is a fancy word for a stage, but a smaller stage.
Yeah, it's like a stage on top of a stage. It's stageception, right?
Yeah. Stageception. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm told, you know, they're built so they're really heavy, so it's really hard to move them in order to be safe, so the singers and stuff don't fall off them all the time, right?
Yeah, they'll break their legs and shit. There's no rails.
But they don't build.
Well, there's rails backstage, but none on stage.
Yeah, so they're built to sort of protect the singer, but it turns out they're not idiot-proof, or at least not Matt Vella-proof. Because what I do is I run, and then I sort of hesitate because I remember, oh shit, I'm scared of heights. But then like I stop, and then I sort of jump again. But as I do, so my foot gets stuck on the riser as I jump. I fall. It rolls over with me because it's caught between like my toes. I fall off the stage. The riser falls on top of me.
Oh, you flipped the riser.
Yeah, it flips, it falls off stage. I'm like, fuck, people help me up in front of 2,000 people. They've all seen me do it. Second the show ends, I see the next band up. Their tour manager is getting screamed at by security guards.
How the fuck do you bomb as a camera guy?
I don't fucking know, man. I'm that dumb. But it gets crazier, right?
Well, so you get a bad shot. I understand getting a bad shot, but you fucking bombed as a camera guy, man. This is impressive.
Oh, I fuck up even harder. So like, I see the tour manager as they're loading the next band on, and he's getting screamed at by the head of security. And the guy's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. He's like, no, you can't have your band just throwing this type of stuff into the crowd. You could kill someone. You could hurt them. I'm like, oh, excuse me. I think I can solve this. Yeah, no one threw that. I fell, and it fell on top of me. And I'm in a lot of pain. And the guy's like, oh, and he's like, he doesn't know how to react because he's clearly never seen this before. He's like, well, are you okay? And I'm like, I hope so. And he's like, well, don't fucking do it again. All right. And he just storms off, and like the tour manager's like, oh, you fucking saved me there. Yeah. Next day, for the first time, I meet Attila. Like, amazing band, probably one of the biggest metalcore acts around.
Yeah.
They're great. And the guitarist, he comes up to me. And I'm like, oh shit, 'cause I've been trying to avoid them, trying to like not get in their way. I don't know what they're like. I just know they're meant to be like really big party guys.
My guess is they're going to be concerned, man.
Well, this guy comes up to me because I haven't met them yet, and he goes, you look really familiar. Where have we met? And I'm like, dude, we've never met. He's like, no, we've definitely met. Like, I've been in this country for about 4 or 5 days for the first time ever. You're famous. I'm not. I'm telling you, we've never met before. He looks at me. He looks at like this girl that's with him, and he's like, you're the guy who ate shit in Connecticut. And I'm like, wait, what? And he's like, he calls the whole band, hey, Attila, everyone, Franz, everyone.
You know that guy?
It's the guy who ate shit in Connecticut. It's the guy who ate shit in Connecticut. For the rest of the tour, Attila, this band I fucking love, are calling me the guy who ate shit in Connecticut. and Capture the Crown are all like, oh, well, from now on, because you trip over everything, it's now called matting.
I had on the side of concern, like maybe they're concerned and like, no, this is the guy that ate shit in Connecticut. They're
not worried about if I'm okay or not. They're like, no, it's the guy who ate shit in Connecticut. And fucking Capture the Crown are like, oh, he just matted. Did Matt mat again? And so every time, like, at one point I'm helping him unload some stuff in the van, I tripped over a cable. He matted again. And for the whole tour, I'm either matting or I'm the guy who ate shit in Connecticut.
Oh, dude.
And that was my cool rock star moment.
Yeah, but look, it's a part of the process, right? If you do these things, man, it's not always going to come off the way that you planned.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen, you know.
I learnt that.
Yeah, totally. Hey, man, you're drifting away. Let's pull your chair in. You're floating away.
Thank you for directing me, El Director.
Yeah, don't float away. Stick on the Pagey train, man. We're on the drinks cart.
Yeah, I got nowhere to go.
Yeah, but those kind of stories, though, man, are great because they shape how you look at things as an artist, man, and as a producer, as a promoter. Because like we're all things at the moment, right? Like you're your own promoter. We are one-man bands that have helpers. I think you pointed out before. You're like, you've got a team, Ross. I'm like, yeah, but the team is an organism, and you could say that you're the leader of this team, but that's not really the truth. You're a collaborator in that team.
No, but that's amazing within it. So when I say that, it's like I'm gonna be honest here. I'm jealous of that. I wish I had that. Because when you're a solo, when you're doing it isolated, you've got to fucking do every little step.
That's right.
Even the fucking grueling little fucking annoying shit, right?
Yeah, but I've done all of it, though. That's my point.
I know, but like...
And you've got to enroll other people in the idea.
Yeah, and
that's how you do it.
I think I'm not good at that. Like, I'm good at bringing people on for a project. Sure, it's a crew and stuff, but like, once the film's done, it's back to me,
Yeah, well, you got the space of... Because we were talking about it before, like, you can, if you can't pay someone fully, you've got to give them something else.
Yeah.
And that's experience. Experience is a commodity, right? And the commodity that gets used against us as artists is exposure. So, no, but what you do, right? No, serious as a heart attack, right? You take 3 teaspoons of exposure, put it into a bowl of exposure, and you stir that for 3 minutes of exposure. And then you take that exposure and you put it in the oven for a fictitious 5 minutes. And when you pull that out, you can feed 5 of your friends theoretically on that exposure.
I didn't realize we're on Martha Stewart right now. Holy shit.
No, but the thing, like they will say exposure, right? That's what I hate about it. They'll say, we'll give you exposure. Surely you want to work with our brand, right? But the thing is, you've got to pay people. And if you can't fully pay them, you've got to pay them in another way. So with trainees and volunteers, I make sure that they get their show reel, they get their proper accolades, their proper resume out of it, and an experience where they've learned something. If you're hiring someone that already knows all that shit, you've got to pay them. So that's the key with the team. And that's what I try to do, is try to increase the profit margin in order to pay everyone.
Oh, yeah. And when I see teams like Still Searching, when I see teams like Phoenix Eye, I'm like, that's a team. That's fucking... I wish Vella Films could be that. I don't have a team at the moment. I have frequent collaborators, but like...
Yeah, but you're almost there, bro.
Yeah,
You're almost there.
You've
got the content. You've got the content.
Yeah.
You've totally got the content. And you do have collaborators, man. Big shout out
that's
to...
the thing. I have
big
collaborators.
Big shout out to Adrienne,
Yeah.
man, like, and the, you know, I was talking to Adrienne and Esther on the podcast, man, and they're just electric, right? They're just absolutely electric. And there we go. I've shot right.
I got you back.
You got me back.
I want to help you for now.
Yeah, they're absolutely electric, but they're the people you got to find. You find those people and you come across them, but you have to enroll them in the idea, and you've got to do the payback.
Yeah.
The payback is everything. If they've got a project, you've got to go work on their project.
That's what I say. Like I try my best to pay everyone when I have a project, right? The problem is like a team means it's ongoing projects, right? Which is what I'd love. But at the moment, if I have a project, I try and pay everybody in some form or way.
Yeah.
So DAP always gets money if I can arrange that.
Cash is king,
the main
man.
thing. But for everybody else, okay, if you're an actor and works with me, well, straight up, you've got footage for your show reel. So that's great. But on top of that, I'll tell the actors, when you need to cut a new show reel, I'm your editor. You got a free editor waiting for you right now.
I've cut plenty of show reels for actors, man. Plenty.
I always have for in my major films, I'll have a behind the scenes documentary, and I try and use that as a way to showcase other people's stuff. Like this guy I usually have who masters my stuff and mixes sometimes. I do pay him, but I also try and plug him whenever I can, because I know he wants to break more into the film space and stuff. When it gets like a cinematographer, obviously they get footage for their show reel as well. My PAs, they get a lot of experience and they get taught. I'll say to them, like, I'll have like my first AD or someone's like, hey, when you don't do anything, mentor this guy. Like, give him some tricks, give him some tips. Make sure that they leave
with more than what they rocked up with.
Yeah. They leave learning from the experience. And what I'll do is, like, after the set, I'll like try and after the show, I'll try and sit down with them and be like, all right, so this is why I did this like that today, or whatever. And like, there's always like great lessons. Like when I did Nobody Likes Camping, we had this moment where all of a sudden the neighbors were shooting outside, and the neighbors start throwing a party.
Yeah.
And we were under the impression that wasn't going to happen. We had told them ahead of time. And so I'm like, fuck. And my AD's just kind of like, I'm sure we can make it work. I was like, no, but we have this dialogue and we need this dialogue to be perfect this part. So we
can't ADR this shit because it's spontaneous.
Yeah, and I hate ADR. I know you're a big proponent for ADR,
I'm
so
a massive proponent for ADR.
But 9 times out of 10, I can see it coming. And when I've tried ADR in the
9
past...
9 times out of 10, I get away with it.
Fair enough. But like, if you can capture it in the moment...
Just don't tell them until way after. Yeah. Way after. Tell them, that was all bullshit, by the way.
Yeah. But if you can capture it on set, like, there's a special energy there. Totally, if you can get it, you know?
You need to capture it in the moment. Yeah, absolutely.
If you can get it in the moment, it's also easier, too, because it means you don't have to do it later.
Oh, right? It's at least 1/5 of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when you're in ADR, too, you got to worry about, like, trying to make the mic match the other mic, and what about the acoustics and blah, blah, all that other shit.
Check us out at, you can reach me personal message. I will sort out your soundscapes. No problems at all. We can get it done for you.
But yeah, I had this issue, and like, I was just like, all right, so we talked to the neighbors. I negotiate with them. It's like, can you give us 1 hour before you put the music on? You can still gather, you can still talk, you can do whatever, but can you just please give us 1 hour?
That's producing.
Or can you give us an hour where we come to you when we're ready and goes, can you just turn it off for like 45 minutes? Like, okay, fine. So we go to him. So I'm like, okay, we're going to restructure. I spend 10 minutes with the AD. I'm like, we're going to look at every shot. We're going to prioritize them now from it doesn't matter what scene they're from. which ones need dialogue, and which ones can I just chuck music over or sound effects. And then we fucking redid the whole schedule, and look, okay, these are the shots with dialogue. We're going to shoot all of them during that hour. Got them all, and then the rest of the thing. All right, so they've got fucking Katy Perry going on. Well, I've got a serial killer like walking through the woods and shit. Yeah. But with that, I've got loud. I know I know the edit. I'm gonna have loud music. I'm gonna have some Foley probably as well. Yeah. And so the dialogue's not gonna fucking matter.
By the way, if you need some Foley done, don't forget to personally message.
Still searching productions.
Yeah, we get you done. We get you sorted.
Foley is, yeah. Yeah, and like, but stories like that. That's when I'll go to like a PA and I'm like, so this is what I did, and this is like a lesson you can learn from what I did here. Because Matt Vella in 2014 or 2013 wouldn't have been smart enough to do that. Yeah. I remember I've got this one unreleased project called Millennials, and I blew out a 3-hour shoot to maybe a 6-hour shoot because I was worried about fucking there was like trucks going by fucking miles down the road and airplanes. We'd stop for airplanes and stuff.
Yeah, but airplanes and air horns. Yeah, or air horns, air brakes.
Yeah. But once you have experience in your belt, you'll know, one, you can probably just do a denoiser filter and get rid of that shit out.
You can rub it out, yeah.
And if the mic is this close to your actor, that's way in the background, it's fine. Also, it was a party scene. I was going to add fucking background noise over it anyways. You're going to add
mud to it anyway.
I was going to add music. Yeah. It never would have shown up. That 6-hour shoot could have been a 3-hour shoot if I knew that shit.
That's what I try to say to people, man. Like, you know, you got to consider the entire soundscape. We're going to chuck mud in there. It's going to have a music track in there. It's going to have an atmos track in there, and it's probably going to have an atmos track above the atmos track. So it'll have like a noise tone, like a room tone. But above the room tone, it might even have laughter or people conveying, walking around. Like, there's a lot of things that are going to muddy up all of the shit that you don't want to see or hear.
I was giving feedback on a short film I saw recently, and the scene was pretty simple. Oh, was that me?
That's you.
Oh, case of beer. There we go.
No, I already owe 2 cases. they equal each other out.
Nice. And like I was giving feedback. It was like a scene in a cafe, people talking in a cafe, blah blah. But I think what they've done is they've either tried to edit out some of the background noise, or they've tried to they've got people to be too quiet.
That's an easy one. That's like coffee machines and grinders. You can cover up a whole bunch of shit.
You can download a fucking background track online, throw it under there, boom, done. But I think what they've done is like they've tried so hard to make it so, we can't have too much noise so you can hear the actors and stuff. But they've over-polished it now that it sounds less authentic.
Yeah, it sounds clinical.
Yeah, and that's the killer with a lot of emerging filmmakers.
That's the trick with the ADR, my friend, man. The trick with the ADR.
Well, it's more than ADR. It's sound design as well.
Yeah, but when you build ADR tracks, you've got to consider them in the scape of where they are situated. And they're not just going to sit there as a naked voice. The real challenge with ADR is matching the mics for the person that you're not ADRing.
Yeah.
Right? To get that balance between voices. Once you've got the voice balance done and you've got that space completed, you just got to fill up the bottom.
Yeah.
You fill out the bottom end. Because it's the same in music editing, really. Like, you have these different frequencies. And you fill those frequencies up with enough content that you go, well, now it sounds believable. Yeah. And the small nuances that you were worrying about on set, about planes flying over, trains going by, trucks that are doing their air brakes, they're easily muddied out, especially in a cafe. Like, if I had a truck going by where it's going, right, I'm like, coffee grinder. That's a coffee grinder right there.
If it's just going for a second, it's probably fine. Because you know what? That cafe is by a road where a truck is. That's what cafes sound like. Totally. It's actually relevant.
It's actually part of the soundscape.
And so, but like a starting out filmmaker, it might be distracting, it might be this. Well, you do take 2 and take 2 and have it. Easy done.
Continuity is for pussies.
I always quote you on that. I know a guy who says continuity is for pussies.
It's true, man. Who cares where the cigarette was burning? Who cares where the drink level was?
Yeah, dude. Like
if they're picking that out, I'll buy them a drink and I'll light their cigarette. Fuck.
You know what convinced me on that is many years ago I was watching an episode of Scrubs, and I realized something that I now realize in every single comedy film I've ever watched now, and TV show, right? And it's where, say we're doing a scene right now, and I'm giving you a nice rant. I'm giving something, and maybe I'm improvising or whatever. But then we cut to your reaction, and if you look at my mouth's probably not matching my words. But I'm like, hang on, why does every fucking movie and TV show allow this and acceptable? Because continuity is for pussies.
That's right.
And you're not looking at him.
Dude.
You're looking at the reaction. The point of that shot is the reaction. And
Watch
she's
Pulp Fiction. Watch Pulp Fiction, man. It is rubber lipped all the way through.
Yeah.
It is. The whole thing is fucking 80 yard. No
you know
shit.
what? That period of time.
No shit.
That time period, when you go back to like, especially like early 90s and 80s films, like it's so obvious now. And I'm sure nowadays, like they do it, I think they've gotten a lot better with hiding it. But like you look at those periods,
there's better frequencies that they're using, and there's better plugins as well. Yeah, you got better room tones out there. Like I remember room tones from 2010 versus now, and the room tones that I get now are like way more sophisticated. Like I used to record room tones, but the room tones that I get as plugins are way better than what I record.
Oh, bro. You know how when you start out, they teach you, always stand by and get an Atmos track, right?
Yeah. That's old school.
I used to do that, and like sometimes we'll still do it, right? But I never use it. You know why? Because I have the crossfade technique, the feature, which means my shot's going to blur together anyways.
Yeah.
So as long as I just have enough gap between them and I don't have the same actor talking over themselves,
it
does the job.
Yeah, the overlap is always an issue, but the overlap is still achievable. I believe it's still achievable. Like I've even you've seen stuff that I've done that's live on the red carpet that I've fucking 80 yard.
I'm not surprised with you.
Yeah, no, but I think it was 2020. The 2020 highlights reel.
Well, what's great about that is
the audio operator didn't hit record on anything. I had camera mic through my entire interview for my flagship clip of the year. Like I release 50 clips a year, whatever it is, right?
That's the important one for you.
That's my fucking flagship, man. That's worth $100,000 fucking dollars.
Yeah.
And I didn't have the audio for it.
You know what saves you though with that is the context of the audio, because in those shots, the person is holding a microphone. So it's okay if they sound like they're talking into a microphone because they're talking into a microphone. So the context is king there.
Yeah, but the real art is like when you watch that clip though, I actually built the background soundscape. When you hear people at the bar, that sound's not there.
Okay.
I put that sound there because I've created nuance.
Right, because you would need all that shit too.
Yeah, I've created footsteps in the background. So if someone walks by, I've actually done Foley on it. Like I did Foley on a live clip, an ADR to live clip. There's nothing harder as a sound designer than that. Because when you do a scripted ADR, you know the script. The actor's already said it before. When you get someone in to do an ADR that has said something live, I'm going to get them in and go, I need you to say that. I know you were drunk at the time, but I need you to say that
like you're drunk.
Like you were drunk. So I had to direct them
that's what
to
makes
be
it
themselves.
believable. Because the way your mouth moves is... I remember one of the very first things I ever shot. I was shooting this metal band, and so the singer, he's got high screams and low screams. And when his mouth moves like a low, it's like... When it's a high, it's like... And sometimes he would do in the video, he would do a low scream when
Typical
he's doing a high.
Screaming. That's the Zenna screaming shit right there.
He'll do a high when he actually did a low, and I'm like, no, these don't match. We gotta get the right screams to the right mouth movements to the right screams. Otherwise, it's not believable.
Yeah, but you can get caught up in perfection. I think that's your point, right?
Oh,
you can get caught up in perfection, and that's where that saying comes from. Continuity is for pussies, and that's why we do reverse shot.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't like the close up. The actor knows when they're on a close up. I'm telling you.
Oh, yeah.
They know.
You notice the.
Yeah, but like there's a bit like
it affects their performance a lot of times.
The strange thing with performance is that it's a paradox, right? So performance is about entertaining people, but it's also about feeling good as an artist. So you at the same time you're being selfless and being selfish. Like there's those two things that are going on at the same time. So there is certainly that mode of delivery that will be affected by those two spectrums. Yeah.
I
got really deep there. That was super deep.
Something I'll do for ADR. So I won't ADR, but I'll do what I call fake ADR. Where
how do you fake an ADR, man?
Well, what I'll do is I go very David Fincher in my edits, right? No shot.
You do actually. You do go really David Finch.
My shots are so fake and manufactured. I edit every one of them.
That makes a lot of sense.
A lot. Like, so for example, I will have takes, maybe the visual is take 3, but the audio is from take 2. Because maybe their face looked better in take 3, but they said it better in take 2. And as long as it matches up, it'll work.
Yeah, totally.
So I'll do that. But other things I'll do is like, so when I do a fight scene, like bleeding backs, right? Mm-hmm. The take is never what you see, right? Right before you see a punch, I'll take out a frame or two, so the impact seems like it hits quicker.
Yeah.
And then right as the punch goes, I'll increase the speed by about 5%, or I'll ramp it up to get faster as it goes.
These are great techniques, kids.
And
Check
this
it
is how
out.
I sell the fight scene.
This is how you do it.
And I can tell when because you can tell when a performance is not, if it's rehearsed or it's whatever.
Yeah, but the strange thing is, again, it comes to that paradox about authenticity.
Yeah.
You're doing this fake scenario to make it as authentic as possible.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It's. I wouldn't say authentic. I would say it's more entertaining.
Yeah, okay.
Because if there's no danger in a fight scene, you need to up it up. Yeah. So you have to find ways to improve the actor's performance through editing, right? So that means picking the best takes, even if their video and their audio is different. What I'll do sometimes, and this is a David Fincher technique.
I like this fake ADR. I love it. I love it.
I've done it in all my films.
After dialogue recording, let's settle the argument actually, just for the folks out there, in case they don't know what the fuck ADR is. Let's have a look.
Oh, you're on the wrong podcast.
I know. Well, yeah, I know, but there's some of the audience that may not know. ADR.
Is it additional dialogue recording? Is it additional or is it something else?
All right. I've already typed it in. Right. I'm going with after dialogue recording. What's your bet?
Oh, additional is like after. It wouldn't be audio because dialogue implies audio. So I'm going to say additional dialogue recording.
Okay.
Okay, that's definitely not it.
That's definitely not it.
Alternative dispute resolution, American dispository receipt. Maybe type film after it. ADR film. Oh, actually, it's a day to remember. The band. Disrespect your surroundings.
Oh, there it is. Automated dialogue replacement.
It's not really automated, is it?
It's not automated. I disagree with that.
Yeah. Fucking AI taking credit for us.
Oh
humans.
man, look, I'll just whack it online just so they can see it. It's automated dialogue replacement apparently, but I recognise it as after dialogue recording.
Go to that one there, the drop down. The what does ADR mean in production?
Where's the drop? Oh, this one.
Yeah. Does that give a better
automated dialogue replacement? That's what they're saying, bro.
Post syncing. Oh, that's
post syncing.
It's not automated though. You're manually doing it.
It's not automated. It's definitely not automated.
I'm sorry, Google, but you're wrong.
I fucking disagree. But look, there is certainly something to be said for the disagreement with the name of the terminology, because I went through university understanding that it was after dialogue recording. Because that makes sense.
I assumed it was additional, but for the same reason. But it's
on the same line. That's on the same line, right? But automated dialogue recording, Google, go fuck yourself. That's just not true.
I'll tell you some other things I do. So the most Fincher thing I'll do is, say I have a wide shot of two actors, and it's a staple shot. I'll cut it in half. I'll crop it.
A dirty two.
And it's two different takes, but it looks like one. And that
way,
dude,
that will save your ass every time.
Well, that way I can improve comedic timing, because that way if they take too long to react, I can just have this clip start a bit later and you'll never know, and the reaction's quicker.
A lot of people don't know this. Look, a good way to describe what you're talking about is, when you see shots of a dirty two shot but they're both in focus, where you go, the focus is not possible, and you can see the little blurry line between the two shots. That's where they've done two takes and they've merged the film together to get them both in focus.
You could get them in...
But you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. No,
where it's a dirty two shot.
I think there are other ways to do it too, but you are right. And I'll do this, not the exact same thing, but similar.
Yeah.
But it's like two takes to make one shot. That's how you composite it.
Yeah.
And it's
well,
a great
that's the
way
word.
to,
It's compositing.
Yeah. And that's how you can fake that performance a little bit, improve it a little bit. Something else I'll do is like, there's a great example in Nobody Likes Camping. I had Neil Kolhatkar improvise this rant about Koshi, and I've
been following him online, by the way.
He's been blowing up on TikTok and Reels.
on TikTok he's been doing the
comedy Untamed shows.
The Untamed shows, man. They're
so good.
Fucking ferocious, bro.
It's a great show. You go
fucking ferocious.
He does them in Potts Point. He's got a venue in Western Sydney now. I can't remember whereabouts it is.
Okay.
But they're so funny.
Oh, totally worth checking out, man. Because I watch him online a lot.
Yeah. Online he only shows like part of it, where it's like the Whose Line Is Anyway style, different jokes. But they do other games too, like where they'll do this one where they'll take someone's phone and they'll look at their Instagram feed and they'll act out a scene, but they can only read use their captions as lines of dialogue. It's so
I
funny.
love that there because it's so improv and it's so I don't know, it's so raw.
Yeah.
It's really raw what those guys are doing.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we didn't have a lot of opportunities for improv for him in that project, but one of the best ones was this Koshi rant he went on. And I just remember debating in the edit, fuck, I like this line and I like this line. Which one do I use? And then I'm like, I'm going to find a way to do both. And so then I start cutting to Rachel instead of him. And like, oh, we're just throwing a reaction there. And that way I could take the audio from that take, put it under her reaction. All of a sudden, the sentence is twice as long. But that way I get 2 jokes for the price of 1. And I'll do shit like that a lot.
Yeah, economics comes into it, man. It really does. Because that's time economics and joke economics, right? And narrative economics.
Yeah. Well, going back to She's Not Your Type.
I do this with cinematographers. Like, if you give me a single shot and a sweep and a single shot, that means I've got 3 shots and for 1 movement.
Yeah, you got the beginning, the swipe, and the end. Or the sweep and the end.
And I can even take the sweep and use that as a transition if I need to.
Yeah, or it could be B-roll for later on. Who knows?
Totally.
You know?
I refer to it as like being a cannibalist. You cannibalize on your own content. Because that's what we do, right? When I'm going to do this long-form content, I'm going to take bits out of it. I'm going to put it in different places. I'm going to cut it up so that it's in a way that is intriguing.
Yeah.
Where it's visually grabbing, and especially when you do genre work, that's like the whole thing.
Yeah,
the whole thing is grabbing people in. You want to
100%.
Essentially, you're starting a bar fight and you're trying to drag people into it.
Well, what I've learned is cutting clips for TikTok has made me such a better editor because you have to learn. You've only got sometimes you only have a minute.
I'm scared of it.
You only have a minute. You've got half the frame. You're only like like it's vertical. And then you have to start on something super engaging. Or you'll notice you'll get better views on the one. So if you start on a question, if you start the cut from there, you'll have way better, or something that says the word you or address to the audience, way more views than something that doesn't.
Really?
Because you gotta hook them within 5 seconds. If you don't have them within 5 seconds, you lose them. They'll just because they can just swipe at any second.
Oh, dude, yeah, absolutely. I look at analytics a lot. I really do, and there's patterns that you can see. There's a lot of randomization. Is that even a word? I don't know.
There's
a lot of randomness to it. Like you can look at different guests and different content, different jokes. Because like part of the Pagey train is about representing Western Sydney artists, but a lot of it's about being funny. Like we want to have a bit of a laugh, right? There's a comedic fact to it, right? So there's this comment on society, comment on what we do as people. And the thing that I watch is I can see during content that... Jesus.
So many beers.
So many. Oh, wow, we're late.
This fucking guy.
This guy. It was on silent, bro, I swear.
Is that you being wrapped up?
No, that's actually my go-to-bed alarm. Because this is Thursday night. Normally I shoot on a Friday.
Fair enough.
But I've got.
We're having too much fun, right?
Yeah, man. Look, go and check us out. It's we're doing an Apple event tomorrow night that the Main the West is a part of. We're channeling artists to go and make this phone content. So be sure to go and check that out. But what point was I on before I got interrupted by I Dream of Jeannie?
Well, it wasn't R2D2 this time. That's an interesting crossover there. R2D2 and I Dream of Jeannie.
Dude, I'm always Larry Tate. Actually, that's Bewitched.
You were on... I can't remember. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen.
Sorry. I've got to go for a piss anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going for another piss, yeah.
You rolling?
Yeah, man.
You sure? You hit record?
Yeah, man, I've hit record. We're back.
We're back. So we were talking earlier about these different techniques that I've been doing, like all the faking shots and stuff. Not really this is faking, but...
well, it's filmmaking, right?
It is. Well, it's the art of it, and... So you would have noticed I've really heavily been diving into comedy a lot these last few years, right?
Oh, dude, you've been doing a good job, bro.
Thank you.
You really have, man.
But,
I wish the best for you, man. Like, what you guys are doing is fucking mad.
Thank you so much. But here's the reason why, right? Well, one of the reasons why. There's a few reasons why, but one of them is... So on She's Not Your Type, one of the ways I was experimenting, it was my first time doing comedy properly, is I wanted to try something called alternate takes, or alt takes.
Yeah.
Now, I'll give you
were
an
getting
example.
into this before. Alternative takes, right?
And this, like, I've tried shoots without it, tried shoots with it. And when I do shoots with alt takes, first of all, they're the most fun. And I'm going to be honest, a lot of the time they're the most funny.
Yeah.
And this is how the process is. I'll give a She's No Type example.
Sure,
right?
sure.
There is a setup where here's a simple one, right? Why'd you break? Why with Barry? Oh, well, first of all, he's got a massive dong. Check. Really? Now that's the setup, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now she has to give an example of
how big this
of how
appendage
big
is.
the dick is,
Yeah.
right? So then
I was going to
in the
say
script-
appendage, you know,
yeah.
but you went straight to
Whatever.
the crux.
So then in the script, it's I write
Dirty
3
comedy.
examples.
It's dirty comedy.
But the whole point of that section is it's a setup with infinite punchlines. It's like whose line is it anyway, right? Next, so what I did is I had 3 jokes, but then on the set,
That's a good analogy. Whose line is it anyway?
well,
Yeah,
it's like they have games that are like a similar sort of idea. It's not the exact same, and like I'm not the one who created this. Like a lot of great filmmakers have implemented this technique. But what I would do is like, okay, on the day, I sprung to the girls doing that scene and go, all right, I'm filming another scene and you 2 aren't in it, but you didn't have a break. Your job is to write the next scene. I'm like, what do you mean? It's like, take out your phones and give me 100, as many examples you can think of.
Yeah, right off the top.
These are the jokes you're going to say in the next scene. You've practiced them, I know, but you need to come up with funnier jokes than me. And they're like, I went off the rails. No, go away. Mm-hmm. And then when we come back, we'll do it. So then we film the scene as normal. I've allocated in the schedule an extra half hour or so. And then we start, like, give me the phone, and I start reading them off, and they start listing these funny jokes. Mm-hmm. And then at the end of that, I then surprise the crew again and go, who can think of a funnier joke? And so the cameraman's pitching in, the sound guy's pitching in.
I love it.
And so we have 100 different semi-improvised, like it's not full-on improvised, we came up with it on the spot, and we're all laughing, we're all trying to one-up each other. It's a very collaborative experience. And then in some of the early cuts of She's Not Your Type, I had like some of those as outtakes during the credits.
There was a few,
Now in the latest cut,
which were also as equally as funny, man.
Right? Yeah, some of them
totally.
You could argue are funnier. In fact, some of them were so great, I broke the rule of 3. A lot of time I have 4 or 5 because I'm like, look, if it's funny and keep getting laughs, I'm going to keep going, you know? So in the latest cut, they're not featured in the film. It's going to be a separate video released later that's even extended and longer with bloopers, outtakes, a deleted scene, which no one's seen yet. I actually cut out...
Watch this space. So where do we find this out, Maddie? Where can we find this film?
This will all be at youtube.com/VellaMattFilms. And pretty much part of the press tour is...
She's Not Your Type.
Yeah. And part of the press tour is I released a teaser. Then I released a trailer, which features the epic voice guy from Screen Junkie's Honest Trailers, which is nominated for an Emmy. So that's kind of cool I got him.
Yeah.
Then the film comes out, which is next week. After that, I'm releasing a behind-the-scenes documentary, which is about 10 minutes long, about almost as long as the film. And then after that, I'm releasing the outtakes and behind-the-scenes, deleted scenes.
Yeah.
And then I've got another surprise in the works.
Which are always the best, man. I think me and you do a great job at doing the behind-the-scenes. I love your behind-the-scenes stuff.
Well, I find it...
it's intriguing.
The problem is people don't realize how much work goes into it. And I've always been a big fan of behind-the-scenes content because I like learning about how they do. I want to watch a film and go, how do they do that? And I'll enjoy that stuff. So for me, it's like a film is a 2-parter. It's the film and the behind-the-scenes documentary.
Totally. And then, guys, if you're out there listening and you're going, I want to make a short film, shoot how you shot your short film because it is a window into what we do, and that's intriguing in itself. Like even the films I've done that are flops, the behind the scenes got better reviews than the film.
Totally.
But I've had other ones where obviously the film does better, and you still have the behind the scenes. But the behind the scenes is so valuable.
Well, the problem is with making a short film is how the fuck do you get people to watch it? Nobody wants to watch a short film.
It's an interesting conundrum.
Yeah, it's because who gives it's not like a series, it's not a movie. There's probably no famous people in your short film. How do you get them to watch it? And one of my ways I try and do it is I release the film, and then afterwards I have at least 4 weeks worth of content that I'm releasing. Each one that directs people back.
Yeah, a little bit of bites.
With Bleeding Backs, I had a video about how to do a fight scene. I did another one about the soundtrack.
Mad fight scene, though.
Yeah.
Mad fight scene.
That was so fun.
That was fucking dope,
I
bro.
need to do another action one soon.
They're fun.
I'm hoping I can. You know what? No, I'm not going to say that on air.
No. Don't bleed your backs right here.
Nice. I've had 400 ideas for a sequel to Bleeding Backs over the years. One day it'll probably happen. But what was I saying? Yeah, so it's all about getting people to watch the film.
Totally,
so now that I'm doing stuff for Reels and TikTok, it's like not only do I have the behind the scenes doco, but I can cut 10 clips out of that, and now I've got 10 little mini clips to put out there as well, which I can use to promote either the film or the doco, or it's an ecosystem, But yeah, man, the alternate takes, they don't have to be a list of shit.
Yeah.
It can be just one, and it's so much more fun and collaborative, and that's part of my favorite part of the filmmaking experience.
Great, that's about to die. I'm gonna do it.
All right, so we got it. We got the take. Yeah,
we got the take. Rolling. All right, so we're back. We are back again. Am I in focus? Great.
Yeah,
Love being in focus, bro.
You look good to me.
Yeah, you look good to me too,
You always
bro.
look good.
Yeah, man. But look, I know we've been plugging it shamelessly, but let's plug it again. She's Not Your Type on YouTube and for free.
And for free.
For free, you can go and check out this absolute onslaught of a comedy cornucopia of awesomeness.
Yeah, go watch the movie that my mum hates.
Yeah,
no, she doesn't hate it. She goes, it's not my type of humor. And I'm like, that means it's a good movie.
Oh, dude, like I can't sing enough praises. Like really, as I said, like I said earlier in the show, the audience reaction from that film was absolutely electric.
Dude,
I can't describe it any other way.
I had a phone recording that someone did of the whole screening of Made in the West. And you can hear the laughs. You can't hear the screen sometimes because the laugh's so big. And I can't fucking find it. And now that I'm ready to fucking promote the film, I wanted to just like release this video uncut and be like, look, listen to the audience laughs. And I don't fucking have it anymore. And it's killing me.
Oh, dude. It's devastating. But look, man, I can certainly say when people go and watch this film, it sells itself. This film is absolutely amazing, and I can't plug it enough because, man, it is literally a masterpiece. And you've done it as an experiment. I think that authenticity leaks through. It fucking floods through. It is an absolute onslaught of comedy, and I talk about this film a lot with people. I use it as a yardstick to go, man, this is how you can do it right.
Thank you so much.
Oh, but look, within that token, man, we both have had the experience of bombing on stage, and we've made films that didn't make it.
I've done some flops, yeah.
Yeah, but man, this film is fucking the shit, and people should watch it. Go and check it out.
Aw, thanks, buddy.
Yeah, man.
Thanks for the plug. Thanks
man, it's an honest plug. It's an honest plug, man. It's an honest plug for a fucking really genuine film.
Honestly, I can't believe the feedback it's getting. When I was getting in these reviews and stuff, that's why I wanted to make that trailer that sort of highlights the reviews and all that stuff that we just put out, because it's like, it's kind of hard to believe it, Yeah. And it's like, I need a place to store all this feedback because it's amazing. But even the stuff I've heard off screen too, like, dude, one of the best emails I've gotten was, it won this. I won a directing award in Austin, Texas. And
that's right. I remember this.
I wasn't able to go there, unfortunately. But the email I got, he's just like, dude, it rocked the cinema. People wouldn't stop laughing.
They literally will fall out of their seat. Yeah. I'm telling you. And you will fall out of your fucking chair watching this shit.
He's like, how the hell did you film the pizza scene without laughing? I'm like, oh no, we laughed the whole way through.
Yeah, that was take 7 because we had to get the crew under control.
There's literally a shot there's a few shots where I've actually had to zoom it in because Luke was like shaking the camera from laughing. Because that scene, here's the thing about the pizza scene. It was about 4 lines of dialogue in the script, but we just kept going. Like it's the only scene that's fully 100% almost purely improvised because.
Well, I don't want to give too much away, but it's the shit on the pizza scene.
Yeah.
Let's get straight to it. You've got to check it out. I'm not giving too much away by saying it, but the shit on the pizza scene, man. Because like,
don't worry, you don't see any shit.
Yeah, don't see. It's not that graphical, kids.
Yeah.
But you certainly like that's at a point in the film where you've already been like literally kicked in the balls with laughter for like a continuous 6 minutes before you even get there.
You know the crazy thing about that scene? The craziest thing about that scene, I wasn't meant to be in it. I didn't write it for myself.
Oh, didn't you?
No. I've always been under the school of thought that I'm not like classically trained actor. I'm not pretty enough to be an actor. I can't be in it.
Classical.
So I wrote the scene.
You didn't go to NIDA. That's what you're telling me.
I didn't go to NIDA. I'm not cool enough for NIDA.
You didn't go to Whopper?
No, I went nowhere. I'm just a fucking idiot who
Is it Whipper or Whopper? I don't know.
Who doesn't? I'm just an idiot who doesn't get embarrassed that much. Or when he should actually. But yeah, I wrote the scene. And then I was casting people, and I'm going to be honest, I didn't want to hold auditions because most of my cast, there were people that I wanted to work with for a while. I always knew I wanted to do something with Adrienne, and when I wrote this role for a girl, I was like, second straight away, I'm like, I'll do Adrienne. Shane, who plays Barry in the film, I did a film many, many years ago which didn't get released. I was the first AD, and the stars was him and this girl, Caitlin, who I got back for Bleeding Backs. Yeah. And when I did that film, I said, one day I'm going to cast these two in another film. And I got Caitlin for Bleeding Backs, and now she's just fucking killing it. And then I got Shane for She's Not Your Type. Yeah. And, I almost didn't get him. Like, his agent told him not to do the film. And then he comes back to me, and like, I'm sorry, Shane, I hope you're okay with me saying this. But he comes back, and I'm like, oh, man, he would have been the perfect for this part. I wrote it with him in mind. And he comes back to me like a week later, he's like, screw it, I'm going to do the film anyways. I love it. And I'm like, oh my God, I thought he wouldn't do it too, because...
well, your agent, you're going to listen to your agent, right?
Well,
maybe not.
Because I knew his agent was trying to push him for like rom-com type roles anyways, but like more clean-cut type, clean stuff. Yeah. And so obviously it's not it, but he's like, dude, I just love these type of roles. Like
but Fringe is
built for him. He's so good.
Fringe is cutting edge. Like that's what people forget. So like sometimes the Fringe can be blunt and it doesn't go anywhere because it's just a blunt object. Yeah. But sometimes it's quite sharp and it can really like cut through. And I think what we're talking about here is a film that I think if it got the right press and if it got the right momentum, it would lift your profile enough to do another film. Maybe not exactly the same, but maybe perhaps of that same onslaught, like impact of laughter.
I'm really hoping so. Like honestly, if this film does good enough, I'll do a feature out of it. I'll do a series. It's
totally possible, man. Like that motherfucking film has motherfucking legs, bro. I'm telling you.
What I've learned,
it fucking does.
What I've learned about comedy from my last few projects, especially, is comedy. You really need to have the characters. The situation can't be the funny thing. It needs to be the characters. Like Rick and Morty, if it was about a grandpa and a son who just went on space adventures, it wouldn't be it. But the characters, it's the voices, it's the personality, it's their flaws, it's the fact that this guy's he thinks he's smarter than everyone, and then he gets one-upped by this dorky little grandson of his sometimes. That's the character. That's the funny part. Right? It's more than just the situation. So you got to create the characters and the dynamic, and then let the jokes fall into place.
And the background narrative as well. Like if you think about like Back to the Future, right? Because that's really what it's based on.
Yeah, it was Doc and Marty.
Yeah, Doc and Marty, right? It's this Doc and Marty idea, and like you would know, most people would say that's a movie you can't remake. You can't remake Back to the Future.
People are very passionate about that. Yes,
you can't remake it. But these guys have gone and remade it in a way that is totally psychedelic beyond anyone's wildest dreams.
Well, they made it their own. Like they actually have a rule. They out of the only sci-fi concept they won't touch is time travel, which is what Back to the Future is.
How ironic.
Yeah, I know, right? But they made it their own. They've taken some stuff and they went with it. For She's Not Your Type, I'll admit I was actually inspired by a sitcom character that. I've never met a person who's seen this show.
All right.
It's called The League. And there's my favorite comedic actor of all time is a guy called Jason Mantzoukas. Okay. And he plays scumbag characters all the time. Okay. Right? He's the scummiest dude. All the shows he's been in, he's always the douchebag, right? And I was like, I love how over the top it is, but I was just like, I've never seen a female that play a role like this before. Yeah. And then I was just like, oh, fuck, what if that's your girlfriend? And then eventually I came to the idea of, like, I've been often a third wheel. I've been the guy who, and he gets a bit love blind. It's like, what if you just don't realize this person's a scumbag? And then so literally it's how I wrote the film. I wrote most of it in a single sitting, honestly. Yeah. I was like to myself, okay, well, what would be the scummiest things a girlfriend could do? And that's when I started writing, okay, deals drugs to kids, is a serial killer.
Yeah, how shit can this be? Yeah.
And then as I wrote them, I just realized, these are just scenes. Each thing that's bad is a scene. And so the film fucking mostly wrote itself. Eventually I went to some crazy parts I didn't expect, like the pizza scene. But that's it. But yeah.
Check it out, kids. It's fucking hilarious.
But that cast, man, even Zoe was someone I did some with ages ago. Like the whole cast, it just fell together and I just knew it would come together well. But when it came to that customer, it wasn't supposed to be me. But then I was getting tired of getting everybody and Tyler having all my films. And eventually I was like, fuck, I just need someone to be loud. I'm like, I'm fucking loud. It's only one scene. And yeah, history was made. And now I act in a lot of shit I do.
Oh, dude, I totally dig it. Like I was always someone that was, ironically, I love being on a stage. But when it came to film, I love being behind a camera.
Yeah.
But then I started doing work in front of the camera and I go, oh man, I see the interchangeable ideas of this. Like, a lead actor is a director, and a director is a lead actor.
Dude, the thing is though, like the problem with acting and directing, it's so much harder because you can't see it, so it's hard to envision how it is.
You got to trust your DOP.
Edit myself.
That's trusting your DOP.
That's the thing, and I find that so challenging.
Director of photography, kids.
Yeah. One of my most recent sketches that I did, because I've been doing sketches on YouTube because one, it means I can pump things out quicker without the worry, but two, I can experiment more and I'm trying to figure out the science to comedy. I love the fucking nerdy shit of how you structure a joke, how you make something funny. My most recent one's this parody of The Block.
Yeah, man, I got to feature in that for you, man.
Yeah,
I did
thank you for that.
Yeah, man, I did some voice acting for you.
I was like, fuck, who has a... I was like, fuck, I need some of the microphones. Like, oh, fucking Ross, of course. Ross loves doing shit like this.
I totally do, man, because I gave you 3-4 versions of it.
And I love that you went crazy with the last few takes too. I think one of them actually made it as a result.
Yeah, no, I did one as a safe. Do the safe ones and then do the crazy ones.
Well, for any actor out there, especially doing comedy, that's what you should do. Give the director what they want, and then if you have time, if it allows, then do some extra crazy. Because they might use it, and do some, if you think it works to your advantage or whatever. But with comedy, it's always about pushing to the next. How extra can you go?
Yeah.
So those extra takes.
How crazy can we get?
Yeah, those extra, most of the time, a lot of extra takes I do, they don't get used. They don't see the light of day. But the ones that do make it through are often some of my favorite shots of the whole film.
Totally.
So it's always worth it. If you got a set, give yourself some extra time to do an extra punchline, even if it's through ADR like you did, Ross. Those extra takes are just that's where the gold is.
Oh, that space though, that ADR space, I really because I've had experiences as a director where you're pushing a performance and you're doing that with technical apparatus and a on-stage apparatus, actors versus the technical that pulls it all together. And then you take that content and you edit it. I've had those experiences, but the soundscape edit is usually the one that goes by the wayside, right? People don't consider their soundscapes. They don't. They think about cinematography as a visual deal, and what really couples with cinematography is sound. And when I do voice acting, even Foley, I'm reacting what the actor did.
Yeah.
And no one will ever know. They won't ever know. That's the part I love about it.
Are you full going Fox Studios with the weapon style where you're
sitting in the space where I do it?
You've got someone holding a mic and you'll be doing the action.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you're sitting in the space where I do it.
Can I ask you what makes you do that over finding sound effects online, for example? And just editing them.
Complexity, nuance, specificity. Specificity. Being specific. No, there's nuances a good example I use with people is a leather jacket. Okay, so
that's an interesting one because before you go on, guys, the reason that's important is let's say if you were to ADR a track of someone wearing a leather jacket and they just do this, you're going to hear that leather jacket.
You didn't hear the leather move.
And if you don't hear it I don't know if the average viewer would hear it, but as a filmmaker, I'm gonna fucking notice the fuck out of that.
Yeah, but a viewer,
and that's the shit that
if you remove it, the viewer will notice. If you put it in, the viewer won't appreciate it.
Yeah, so
That's the bizarre part of it.
So I'm guessing you're saying like you'll put on a leather jacket, you'll do the
Absolutely,
movement. Yeah.
absolutely.
Well, that's important. Yeah,
and I'll put it over a chair that's similar. Like I did one for big shout out to RBM Rachel Bell Myers. She did her 3 feet deep. She comes to me and she goes, Ross, I want you to build the entire soundscape. I'm like, the entire, like I get excited. I'm like, you mean the entire soundscape? Like, and I said, just give me some guide tracks. But when she recorded it, she didn't have any record on. No soundtrack at all. And so you go.
Oh, but you know what saves
but
you?
it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity.
Film, though, you have a little bit of a safety net because, correct me if I'm wrong, there's no fully quiet scenes, right?
No.
Music's going through a lot of it.
Yeah, it's music driven and it's
driven by narration.
Narration,
as well.
right?
Yeah.
But then
you have the safety net of creating an entirely fake world because the way the story's told is not super authentic. Quote unquote.
I had a pit of dirt in this space.
Fuck yeah.
Digging holes, right? Like I was putting I had a little spade that I was putting into dirt and recording that sound.
That's cool.
So you can go, well, I can go and find the sounds of digging online. But when I do the action of the actor, I can actually do it to their direction,
their movement, their speed.
Even the angle of the dirt will make a different sound than how you do it otherwise. So I literally built it from the ground up. Even when they're getting packages from underneath like benches, like I would make a piece of paper that was wrapped with paper inside it and record removing it from a plank of wood. So I'd actually record the whole lot.
Yeah. I've never been in that situation before because I've never done a project where I've had no sound, I don't think.
I had no guide track. No guide track
yeah,
at all.
Even more... Because, well, you wouldn't even know... The challenge with that is...
1,800 sounds is the answer to the question.
When you look at a scene, you've got to figure out what's missing.
6 minutes, 1,800 sounds.
Like, when you watch that shot, you've got to figure out what's missing. Like, you got to think about... So, maybe you need some cicadas in the background, maybe you need some stuff, maybe you need an airplane, who knows. But, like... You can look at it.
Well, the
I can imagine
ones.
the moments where you're looking at it and going, something's missing, but what is it?
Well,
and without a guide track, you got nothing to look for.
Nothing to look for. And this is where it gets
frustrating.
This is where it gets real. No, but it's intriguing in a way because it's a challenge, right? You have to be real in a fake space. You have to be real in a fake space, right? So you would build these sounds, and you have the challenge with audio editing is what they refer to as diegetic and non-diegetic sounds.
Yeah.
So diegetics is the sounds that happen within a scene: footsteps, hands on guardrails, leather jackets,
sounds
creaking.
you'd hear in real life. Yeah.
And then you've got the God radio, the
sound effects, maybe if you think of an idea, ding, and they have a light bulb. That doesn't happen in real life.
Yeah.
So that'd be non-diegetic.
Yeah,
right?
but there's an intersection though. So non-diegetic intersects with diegetic. And I'll give you an example. I did a horror film recently. No, not recently. A couple of years ago, actually, pre-COVID. Fucking
feels
COVID brain, Jesus. But there was a horror film where they had a knife in a breadboard, and they pulled the knife out. When you pull a knife out of a breadboard, it doesn't make any sound. But if you pull a knife out of a breadboard, you want it to go shing.
Yeah.
You want the sound of the metal, and you anticipate the sound of the metal.
The audience expectation is that it'll make a sound, even though it won't.
It doesn't make a sound.
And you got to live up to the audience expectations version of reality.
Another great example of it is computers, right? When you watch computers in film, it's keyboards, it's like
no one types. People rarely type that loud, but you expect to hear it when you see them on screen.
When was the last time you heard a modem? But you will hear it in film. And the keystrokes, like most keyboards are quiet now.
Well, another way to go about it too is, for example, my computer will sound like a jet engine and shh. That's the sound I expect.
Render,
if I'm watching a movie,
render. I call it render, Brenda.
Yeah, but in a movie, you wouldn't expect to hear that. You'd find it distracting, probably. Like, what is that noise?
Yeah.
It's not relevant to the storytelling.
That's actually really intriguing. The sound of a fan going on a computer, you don't hear that in film.
Yeah, and it's because I would assume it's because when you're making a film, you should not be trying to emulate reality. You shouldn't be trying to make it exactly the same. You should be trying to make it better than reality.
Yeah, that's right.
That's why we have camera angles and different lenses to make people look better.
It's a hyper reality.
Yeah.
It's totally a hyper reality, and that's how you have to look at Foley. It's a hyper reality.
It goes back to the storytelling of editing. Like right now, if we're doing a scene and I walk out the door, you don't want. I know when it comes to dialogue, screenwriters call it shoe leather. Shoe leather is, hello, okay, thank you, love you too, bye. In films, what you do, you cut out the hello. You go, I need you to go to this place.
Yeah.
And then you never see. When was the last time you saw a movie and they say goodbye, or I love you too? See, they don't. They either hung up straight away, or they cut to the next scene. And you might be like, well, Matt, like that's not realistic. It's like, but the audience doesn't want to see that. You're wasted 3 seconds of my time by saying goodbye, see you later, I'll see you next week.
I refer to this as film compression. You know when you watch a film when suspension of disbelief erodes? Because you go, well, how would they be in the lobby and find the dossier of the person they were looking for that was related in an hour's time in the film? So you need to take a scene and you need to put 5 things in the scene so that the audience has the narrative. Yeah. So you've got to compress time.
Or if you want
film is incredibly compressed. There's very few films that do it. Like there's one that...
but it's also why waste the audience's time?
Well, there's one...
when you can just cut to the next scene and have the person go, I've got the file.
Yeah, well...
Or I went through hell to get this, but there's the file.
Well, there's some films that do it in real time. I recommend a film called The Nick of Time, which is with Christopher Walken, Johnny Depp, where it's actually an hour and a half of an actual hour and a half. It's an hour and a half of his life. It's in real time. So most films, like they'll even use in sci-fi, right? They'll go in sci-fi 5 years later, or 6 months before. They'll actually put text on the screen to take you back to a time because they need that. So they need that visual and narrative cue to go. This is where I'm compressing time. Another way they do it is the flashback. The flashback is very famous. Like we will have a narrative that's running, and then we go, but now we're going back to his childhood, and usually it's in a different texture. It's usually more vibrant. So the scenes that are of the past are more vibrant.
They'll color grade it differently. They'll throw in a filter.
It'll have a different light. It'll have a different grade on it, so that the audience can actually have color correction cues.
Yeah. Well, I love that type of stuff. By the way, like the Matrix, how they do like the real world in blue, and the Matrix is green. Oh.
And you can see that they're different spaces.
And they didn't do that in the new one, and it fucking pissed me off.
Dude, I love the new one. You're
the only person on the planet who likes
the new one. I know it's an unpopular idea.
What do you like about it? Sorry, so The Matrix is my favorite film of all time. I even like the sequels, and most people hate the sequels.
Well, if you look... What you need to do when you look at the new Matrix film...
You like the meta aspect, is that it?
Totally.
That sounds like a Ross thing, yeah. Okay.
If you look at the Animatrix, have you seen the Animatrix?
Love the Animatrix.
Right, so if you look at the Animatrix in contrast with the new film, then it has more legs. Like, you've got to look at it as a new version. Like, I remember, like for instance, when the second Matrix came out, I had a very close friend of mine going, it's just like a computer game. I go, listen to yourself. It is a computer game. So when you look at it as software, of course there's a different version of it. And that's what the fourth Matrix is. It's a different version with a different architect. And that architect is figuring out ways to get higher output out of humans by tormenting them further. And it plays into the narrative of torturing humans while they're in this pod. And they've got these two humans. Spoiler alerts. They've got these two humans that when they link them together, it's devastating for the program. But they just keep them the right distance apart so that they can exploit the program. And he was always going to break out because that's the whole tension of the story. It's a love story. But look, I must say this about the Matrix, the new Matrix film. If you look at feminist movements, for instance, or transsexual, or not transsexual. Maybe I've got that wrong. Sorry. Transgender is a better way to phrase that. If you look at these movements, they usually try to retrofit an idea on top of another idea. I'll give an example, like. Trying to make a female James Bond, right? Because it's always been a male. That's
been a topical conversation.
Yeah,
Black
totally.
James Bond,
Black James Bond. To push it to a minority. I think the real answer to these narratives is actually to be original. And it actually states it in The Matrix. Even the Merovingian goes, it used to be about better stories, and these are other ideas that were way better than this version of The Matrix.
But don't you hate the fact that they're using the Matrix franchise as a platform to push this social commentary that the others did not do? Like, it's not true to the original voice of the original trilogy.
I think that the idea that Trinity flies in that film instead of Neo, because then Neo's been suppressed by programming, and it was actually love of Trinity.
No, that's all great. I'm saying
I think it's quite an original idea. It's quite an original idea.
But giving commentary on Hollywood is so off topic to before, what it was about topics on society and revolutions, and now you're also trying to. I feel like it was just a lazy way to. It was a lazy way to sort of prevent themselves from feedback. And
I think it's harsh. I think that's a harsh outlook on it. I dig what you're saying, but I think it's a harsh outlook on it.
My biggest problem with it is the fight scenes.
I do have to agree with you. They lacked muster.
Yeah,
they did.
Like, I know. Like, so with the original trilogy,
luster, not muster, but luster.
They were, and like the original trilogy obviously had. So that the Wachowskis didn't shoot the original fight scenes. They had a B team, like an action team, and they flew in this guy from
revolutionary team, by the way. Like, and it's
look,
been
Lana
re-emulated. Like Trinity
Oh,
standing up in the air. Like
million times, yeah.
Like, it's been parodied.
It's so iconic and so great, yeah.
Right?
But like, I think Lana Wachowski is a talented director, but like even she knows the concepts of long takes because she's done them in other stuff. She knows the concepts that like fight scenes work with lots of wide shots, and in this they're using really fast cutting to hide the fact that performers didn't know the choreography very well.
Yeah, it's what the Transformers do. It's what Transformers do. If you look at the Transformers content, it's always very close in.
Yeah.
To like cut cost on CGI.
They're also cheap with live action when you do performances. If your actors don't know the full. It's hard to rehearse a full fight scene and remember every move and do long takes.
Totally,
so
man.
what do? You cut into small parts with only three punches, and then you do different takes of that, and you have a million takes, and then it gets choppy and it's hard to follow through.
Oh, dude, on a small scale, I've worked with Maria Tran, big shout out, Phoenix Eye Productions, man, doing choreography to do fight scenes. It's super hard, man. I've done it on a really small scale.
Oh, yeah.
And it's super challenging. A lot of fun, but it's super challenging.
One of the most famous examples I can think of like bad fight choreography, there was a Netflix show called Iron Fist. It was meant to be... Yeah. They had these like Netflix Marvel shows, and Iron Fist is meant to be the martial arts expert. He's meant to be the best martial artist in the Marvel world. And they get this actor on board because he's from Game of Thrones and like, oh, he'll do it. But turns out he hates rehearsing for choreography. He doesn't want to do it. And so they literally have 1 second takes him throwing a punch and then they'll cut to next thing because he refused to learn the choreography in the day. And so a fight scene will have 1 million takes, but a really good, well-directed fight scene will only have a couple. Like Jackie Chan...
Again, you got to get that film compression down. Yeah, Jackie Chan's a great example, man.
Well, he'll I remember watching this thing about Rush Hour.
Again, behind the scenes. The only reason we know this is because of behind the scenes content.
For sure. And he's an absolute legend, and he's one of the guys who inspired me to be a filmmaker.
Bro. He's a goat. He's a total goat.
He's one of my idols, and I remember hearing I think it was like I think it was Brett Ratner, the director of Rush Hour, when Jackie Chan was sort of explaining the way that they would film fight scenes in Hong Kong. Completely different to what Hollywood do at the time. Hollywood, you shoot a master, then you shoot this shot, then you shoot the reverse of that.
Yeah, the economical approach to shooting. Yeah,
Jackie Chan's like, no, you only need one shot, which is if everyone knows their moves and they know the stuff, you can capture all in one take. And that's like one, I mean, it's not the whole fight scene, but it's like this segment of the fight scene. And then, I don't know, someone gets kicked through a window. So then you go to the next shot out there and you do the whole fight scene in one take out there. And that's why you watch like a really good martial art fight scene. Very few takes.
Oh, dude, like you're talking about Jackie Chan, man. Like, I did the film with Maria Tran, and she's trained by Jackie Chan, and she fucking handed my ass to me, bro.
How much rehearsal did you do for the fight scenes? Was that like on day, or was that...
No. It was maybe about 4 or 5 days.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
okay, you did a lot. Yeah. Was that including creating the choreography and all that?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, she had fight choreographers, and we had to
so she didn't choreograph?
No. she's got a great team. She's got a great team. And we would rehearse the scenes. And the funny thing with me, like the reason she recruited me to do that film was because I do martial arts, right?
And you had like, I think I know the story. She saw you had like a sword or something.
Yeah, and I was doing katas, right? I was doing katas.
I watched the podcast, Ross. I
was doing katas with her, and she's like, "Do you want to be in my movie?" I'm like, "Fuck off."
Was
whatever.
it these guys?
Yeah. Actually, long story short, I actually got taught martial arts by a Pagey that I was friends with a long time ago. No, serious, because I was a special forces dude and he was a Pagey. Nah. We had a really genuine, heartfelt relationship. It wasn't nefarious in any way. It was just he was a cool dude and I was a cool dude, and that was it, right? It was only till later I'm like, oh man, you're an underworld character. I didn't know that.
Oh fuck.
We just shared time, and we did fitness together, and he taught me katas, and when you learn certain katas, you can easily expand. And it's on me. Good.
Yeah, you're good.
I did katas with him, and that expanded my universe of how to do what you refer to as figure eights. It's the wax on, wax off deal, right? When you do different weapons, from nunchucks to katana to bow to sais, they're interchangeable. And then you spar with people, and you can have that. All these different interchange, like I'll do like nunchucks versus bow and see how that goes.
Oh, okay.
And then I'll do katana versus bow, and then bow versus bow. And like when you watch The Matrix, for instance, right, you'll see like Neo, he pulls the light post out, not the light post, but a signpost of some kind out. Does all of these theatrical like spins. When you actually do katas, they're actually quite boring. Like to attack an opponent is quite direct and quite quick. It's not theatrical in nature.
Oh yeah, and that's the whole point of like you got to telegraph your moves. Like Bruce Lee would often do things where like he's got to move his hand way further back than it needs to go, so you can actually see the fucking movement on screen. Yeah, and that's part again of going back to the hyper reality. You
have to accentuate it. Yeah, and Maria was like saying to me like, Ross, you're fighting me. I'm like, yeah, but that's what you hired me for. You want me to fight? She's like, yeah, but I need you to kink your elbows out because what you're doing is a full guard.
Yeah, it's got to be a dance.
Yeah, you need to be more deliberate. I go, but I wouldn't cock my elbows out because then it would announce the throw that I'm going to do. In reality, if I was fighting you and I cock my elbow out, you know that it's coming.
But in film, you need to announce it for the audience to understand what's going on.
That's right.
If the movement's too quick, you're not going to see it. You're not going to comprehend it. That's a big problem with Steven Seagal. His fighting style was a Akapita. Basically, it was, I can't remember what it's called, but it's Aikido, yeah. Where it's actually meant to be about defending from swords, and so it's not very
translatable. Yeah, it's not translatable.
It's very practical for certain scenarios.
Oh, dude.
But
I must say, like, with bow attacks, like, if you're sparring with someone with a bow, like, a bow is a staff, by the way. I've got one. Where is one?
Donatello from the Ninja Turtles.
I've got it around here
It's
somewhere.
the Donatello weapon.
It's around here somewhere. I've got to find my bow. Oh, there it is there. It's behind you, actually, against the bookcase there. There's my bow. That's my bow. You can see the dents in it. There we go. Oh, hold on, let me switch it over. There we go. There's the bow there. You can see the dents in it. That's where I've been sparring. It's actually quite... when you fight with a bow...
Take that. Be more interesting.
But seriously, like, when you fight with a bow, like, it can be quite devastating. But usually it's a sweep the leg kind of deal. And it's not, sweep the leg and attack the head.
Sorry, I'm just having way too much fun over here.
Yeah, well, that's a Chinese bow. So the Japanese do it as a hard staff. Like Japanese use it as a staff, but the Chinese, they do it as a bow.
The audio listeners are missing out because they are seeing some real sweet kung fu action.
Yeah, but look, no, seriously, check out the ends of it. Like, can you see the dents? Have a look at the surface area of the bow. You can see how many fights I've had with it.
This one's pretty. Here.
Yeah, you can see it. You can see it there.
You can see it.
You can see I've had a few fights with that thing.
Master Splinter taught me how to use this well.
Oh, dude, like, you can be totally theatrical with it. Like, don't get me wrong, you can do spins and you can make it like look really pretty. But if you're actually fighting someone with it bow to bow, just throw it. You'll be right. Throw it. It'll be fine.
She'll be right.
It's totally bowed that up. When you fight someone with it, it doesn't look pretty. It's quite boring. It really is.
You just reminded me of the story. Literally, it's happened about a month ago or so. I was a groomsman at my mate's wedding. And the night before, we went out on the town and stuff. And for some reason, Brazilian martial arts came up. I go, oh, you mean capoeira? I actually did capoeira for like 6 months or something when I was like a kid.
That's a bit hardcore, yeah.
Because I thought it was cool. Me and my mate did it. We were given like these Brazilian fighting names. I was Preá. I'm like, oh, that sounds cool. What does it mean? Yeah. And the guy's like, how you say it? It's like a guinea pig because you look like a guinea pig. I'm like, fuck me dead. I thought it was a cool name.
Yeah. And, I thought that was boss, and it turns out you're taking the piss out of me.
He trolled us with these like Brazilian names that sounded cool, but they were like shit. Like my mate was Zuada. I'm like, that's so cool. It means noise because apparently I talk too much. Like, fuck. But anyways, and my mate's like, oh, you know, bullshit, you know, Brazilian martial arts. No, I'll show you. Look, like this, how you guard yourself. You do this. And you got to like always be moving. You got to do like this little dance thing. And I'm on the street, and then I just fucking elbow some Russian dude behind me who looks like Vladimir Putin. And they're like, "What the fuck?" He's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." And
probably was like, Vladimir Putin. Who knows?
Yeah. And my mate's like, "Fuck, you really do know Brazilian martial arts?" Like, no, I'm just a dickhead.
Oh, look. There's a I've learnt there's a martial arts in Scotland. Have you heard about this?
Scottish martial arts.
Yeah, Scottish martial arts, man. It's called fuck you. Because it's mostly of headbutting and kicking people
bar
on
brawls
the ground.
Like some martial arts have like these sacred weapons like nunchucks and bows and staffs, and no, they just have beer bottles and there's glassy with it.
Oh, they're broken beer bottles. Let's be clear.
Broken beer bottles.
Broken beer bottles. Let's be clear. Yeah. But man, I think we've reached the end. Man, we're totally at the end. I think we're almost 3 hours in.
I'm having a good time. I could talk about so much more.
Oh, dude, I'm having a mad time. But we got to let our audience off the hook, man. We got to get them to go to bed. Fuck you guys.
Nah, that's right.
Fuck you guys. Don't forget to subscribe.
Yeah, I had such a great time, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, dude.
And let me plug the thing. So
yeah. No. Well, before you plug the thing, just allow me to thank you. I've been on a journey with you, man, and we've been on a journey together. We met in the hallway at a university, and we've released films that have won, that have lost. We've performed on stage where we've won and we've lost. Jesus, man. I got the shot right there. We've won and lost together, and like I would consider you not just a friend but a comrade, and we're in the mosh pit together, man, trying to make ourselves seen to do the right thing and do the good thing by everyone around us, and I really appreciate you, man. I really do.
Likewise, man. It is it's a friendship, it's a partnership, it's we have been on a journey together. It's crazy to see. Watching the growth of Made in the West, yourself, and how we've done things, and
we're winning, man. We're winning.
I was having a conversation.
It's great to win.
I promise I'll be quick, but I was having a chat to my girlfriend the other day about one of my mates. She's like, "Isn't your friendship a bit transactional?" And I thought about it. It dug to me for a while because it's right. Because we're collaborators, but we're mates as well, right?
That's deep.
And then I started thinking, I'm like, "Fuck! Nearly all my friends are my favorite friendships are transactional, you know, because we're creatives and stuff." And I'm thinking, fuck, is this bad? Do I have fake friends? Is this? It's like, no. It's like us creatives, we have goals in life and we have things that make us passionate. So we're drawn to other people who have that. And so if we can create art with those people, even if it's something like a podcast, like that's so important to us. And we need those people to thrive.
I can put it another way for you, Matt. Like you can say that it's transactional, but I could say to you this. If I dropped everything that I was doing right now and go, forget the festival, forget the company, forget the podcast, you know, forget pursuit of art outright.
Yeah.
And I ran into you in 5 years' time, we would pick up exactly where we left off. It is timeless, our friendship.
We would.
So it's not just transactional.
I agree. But you know what? When we be talking, you know what we're talking about? Bro, remember that film we did together?
That movie
remember that one festival? Remember that? And that's because we love it. It's what brings us together.
Totally,
and man. So, like, maybe it's a little bit transactional, but it's
not just transactional. That's
only one piece of the pie, you know? And
it's transactional in nature, but it's not just that. There's love and respect in there.
And I wouldn't have it any other way, I would say, because
no way.
I'm a creative, and I like being around other creatives, and I like creating with creatives.
Oh, dude, like I must say, look, if anyone's listening to this and they're like, "Fuck, how do I get access?" Surround yourself with people that think like you.
Yes.
Surround yourself that are like-minded. Surround yourself that are ambitious. And we all get trodden down. Like, we don't always win, man.
Yeah.
And when you lose, it's fucking shit. It's fucking shit when you lose. I fucking hate losing. But when I win, it totally overshadows the if I lost 8 times and I won twice, those 2 times are way better than those other 8.
Yeah.
By orders of magnitude. And that's what I try to express to people. Like, stick with the podcast. Stick with the stand-up routine. Stick with being in a band. Stick with being an actor. Stick with being a director.
Fuck yeah.
Stick with being a writer.
Fuck yeah.
Pursue it. Pursue it. You're not always going to win. You're not going to be the CEO of a company straight away. Enroll people in your ideas. Bring people along for your journey. Understand that the rising tide raises all boats.
Yeah.
It really does. It really does. And if you're selfless in that way and selfish at the same time, because like Pagey Train, it's got my name on it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to raise my profile, but guess what I'm trying to do at the same time? I'm trying to raise our profiles.
It's
trying to get us out there to make people see what we're doing.
Grow together. I always say that. Grow together.
Fucking oath.
And it's the fact we're doing this now, transactional. But you know what happens? We're both going to share this content.
Yeah.
We're both going to get expose each other to other people's stuff. And just maybe to make this a bit full circle, you said before, you were talking about, how exposure is kind of like the dirty word. You never say that. But like, I'll be honest, at the end of the day, like for someone who's trying to promote a film, that's what I want, baby. I need the exposure right now.
Soak it up,
in
baby.
the right context, it's important. And if you have a platform and you can provide exposure to people, that is very valuable.
She's not your type. Go and check it out. It is fucking hilarious.
Thank you.
Can find him at Vella Films on YouTube. Absolutely hilarious. It's coming out on the 29th of August.
Yep.
I'll get some snippets out on this. I'll do the full release of this episode after the fact, but I'll get some snippets out beforehand. But once again, Matt, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you so much for having me, Josh.
Oh, man, look, let me just say, I didn't do my intro, so let me do the intro at the end. You have been watching Matthew C. Vella, actor, director, writer, comedian. Absolutely awesome dude. You can check him out on Vella Films, but while you're doing some checking out, don't forget to check out the Pagey Train. You can check out the Pagey Train on Spotify. That's right, video on Spotify. Don't forget to follow while you're there. And if you are checking out us on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe. You can also, for our avid listeners that are probably doing their drive time commute, you can check us out on iHeartRadio and Apple iTunes. That's right, Apple iTunes. Don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to follow. Do whatever it needs to do, but just comment, tick like us. We love you. You love us. You've been watching the Pagey Train, and we'll see you next time.
Like it, motherfuckers.
Yeah, bitches. Man, yeah, fucking 4 beers down train. 4 beers down.